I'm Boy Gary, and I'm here to introduce my boss, because I love my boss. The best boss who ever bossed, that's my boss. The #1 boss, the big boss, the king of all boss, the boss who made Butt Bongo Fiesta. My boss, Howard, 1-800-52-STERN. All right, here we go.
Cold in here, it's hot in the other room. Just trying to get on the air, we weren't plugged in.
Oh.
Guys, we got to get that together. The microphone's got to be plugged in. I don't.
Why would the microphone be unplugged? Didn't somebody else just use it? Oh, they switched the location.
They switched the location of mine. Yeah, but we got to really be on top of that. When I say we, that person knows who he is.
You're using the royal we.
The royal we. Most important.
If you only knew how royalty really got treated, you would snap these people into shape.
Well, it puts me in a bad mood when I, run in here and the mic isn't working. Hey, it's freezing in here. It's got a little heat. Don't go. Listen to me. I'm going to give you explicit instructions. Tiny bit of heat.
Adjustment.
Yeah, adjustment. Not a broad stroke. Adjustment.
Don't swirl the dial.
Yeah.
Move it a little bit.
Little bit of heat, okay? Scott, you think you can handle that?
Sure.
I mean, a tweak. A tweak. He can handle it. He knows subtlety.
But I was watching this movie called The Madness of King George.
Yeah.
Whenever the king is coming into a room, there are like 5 guys who run ahead of him going, the king is coming, the king is coming.
Yeah, I have that, but nobody does anything. They just keep yelling. I was just back in the office talking about girls with Ralph.
Oh.
We were looking at the cover of Esquire magazine.
Who's on Esquire?
It's a shot. Annie Leibovitz did a shot of like 12 really good-looking Hollywood, females.
Oh, it's that. Okay.
Yeah. And I got to say, Nicole Kidman looks awesome. And I don't know what she did to herself, but, man, she's looking pretty good.
You never liked her.
I don't. No one liked her. Now, all of a sudden, man, she's standing there and... Hey, Ralph, bring that in.
Is it Esquire or Vanity Fair?
Vanity Fair, sorry.
Yeah, because they're doing that big Hollywood issue.
Yeah, maybe it's Vanity Fair. Who cares what magazine it is? I don't look at the name of the magazine. Although last night, I was reading, I think it was Esquire.
Uh-huh.
And they had this spread on Halle Berry. Oh, man,
She is coming to her own lately.
I would definitely cheat.
With her.
With her.
I saw her on one of those award shows, and she was wearing one of those slip dresses.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it looked like something was going to fall out.
Oh, she kills me. She really... I was looking at it, and I go, I'm not looking at this because it makes me think about cheating. And what do I need to be thinking about cheating? I'm home. And my wife is upstairs in bed, and she's been sick for like 5 days. And, obviously sick means let's not wash our hair. Let's run around in the ugliest pajama, slip, whatever. I don't know what you call those,
nightgown?
Nightgown with no bra, just running around and
flopping around.
No makeup, no cover-up, nothing.
And then you got a picture of Halle Berry sitting there.
Yeah, and her snot rags all over the bedroom and tampons in the bathroom. And it's like,
it's
whoa.
a real woman in the house.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Halle Berry on this.
Not this goddess.
Yeah,
perfect.
Who's got the best tan.
I looked incredible. I looked at those pictures once. They're in Premiere Magazine. And
what did it? Do you have them?
No, because yeah, I think I do have it actually.
Yeah, go get this.
I've already memorized them.
Yeah, me too.
Especially the one where she's wearing a T-shirt, no bra, and it's tied up.
Yeah. Oh. And you know what it is? These are real casual type pictures, which lead you to believe like she might actually look like this.
Well, you know what? She's a diabetic, too. I don't understand how you get into that kind of shape when you're a diabetic.
Why did she stay so thin?
I wish my wife was a diabetic. No, it's just like, I haven't even seen, and I hate when my wife doesn't blow out her hair and it's all pulled back, and I don't know, and you see the roots. Man,
you just terribly.
Just clean yourself up. Yeah, let me see that. I can't stand when my wife is sick. Oh, tell me. Okay, you want to see the cutest picture of Halle Berry? Oh, this is going to kill you. Look at this. She's in these little.
go-go boots.
She's in little go-go boots and a little tiny top, and short shorts, like first short. Tell me that isn't cute. Oh, isn't that something, man? All right, Ralph, pass it to Jackie. Who cares what you think? How's that, Jackie?
I don't need to look at that.
Get the microphone on. I want to hear you.
I just said I don't need to look at that. Oh, man.
What is a a picture like that do to you guys?
It gets me. It makes me ache for her. You know what? Years ago, I used to look at pictures like that and go, "Hell, who cares?"
Why?
But it's finally dawned on me that I could maybe get something that maybe not as good as that, but close.
Before there wasn't any.
There was any opportunity.
You could get. Maybe a girl who looks like that, who necessarily isn't Holly Berry, but looks just like her.
Who needs Holly Berry?
Yeah.
As long as it looks
Hallie, Ralph.
Whatever. Holly.
Holy
chick in premiere. Fred. I wasn't renting out the magazine. I just gave you a peek.
I just figured while you were talking, I could be glancing.
Let me see that.
She's pretty wild, too.
Give me that magazine.
What do you mean she's wild?
There was a story a long time ago about her, like in the Star or something. She was going out with some dentist, and they used to go out in the middle of a lake, and they used to get romantic, and she would howl.
Oh,
this one. She was hit by one ex-boyfriend. Another ex-boyfriend sued her.
For what?
I don't know, but this is the article.
Because she left him.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would sue her.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I'm going to sue you. Why is that? Because I don't want you leaving me. I'm going to sue you for custody. We don't have kids together.
Your body.
Yeah. Look at that. Is that cute?
Look at that belly.
So flat, man. She can't possibly have children.
Holly Belly.
Holly Belly.
It should be illegal for her to have kids.
And then look at Nicole Kidman coming on strong. She's in like a see-through. Everyone's in their underpants. Now that's the thing. If you're a hot chick. If you get asked to do a cover of a magazine, you just pose in your bra and panties.
Nothing wrong with that.
What happened to Sarah Jessica Parker, man? She looks real bad on the cover of this.
Clown.
Yeah, what happened?
Her face is getting real long.
Well, her face was always kind of...
She's got a great body, and you know what? I think she's real cute, but...
Her face I think they just took a bad picture of her.
Let's hope that's a bad picture. And you know, this is really weird, and don't think I'm weird for noticing this, but... Sandra Bullock's real cute, but she doesn't have any shoes on. Check out the feet on her. I've seen guys with cuter. I mean, this is a man's foot.
Are ugly.
Robin, take a look. Sandra Bullock is this one, the one all the way on the end. Take a look at her feet.
They're huge.
Right there. Look at this. Look at that. Ralph's got prettier feet. Why would she pose with her shoes off?
Nothing wrong with those.
I mean, if you got feet like that,
they should have left them
off
the end
of
No, they're running off the page.
Oh, man.
They're attached to her. There's nothing wrong with
They
them.
have these big guy feet. Now I'm starting to look at her hands, and they're looking. I don't know.
They're looking mannish.
Yeah, right.
You think she had to change?
I don't know.
Now, come on, she could never have been a guy.
Now, who decided to put this kind of ugly girl on the cover?
Who's that?
Like, it's 10 hot girls, and this one. What is that? Who is that?
Which one?
I don't know. This one.
I don't know.
This one. She's not hot. I'm hotter than her.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, that's Patricia Arquette.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not pretty.
Oh.
She's a little fidget.
Yeah, she ought to get off the cover.
The other one should have been kicking her off.
They should chase her.
Yeah, she's smoking a cigarette and got a lot of attitude in her negligee there, and looks like she looks like she fell off a truck.
You know why that is? The attitude is because all the other girls are going to get the guys.
Who's the girl squatting here? Looks like she's going to a bathroom in her high heels.
That's Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, and she's wearing giant underpants. Yeah, get rid of her too.
I was going to say she couldn't be attractive.
No, Uma Thurman's hot.
If you would have told me Nicole Kidman was going to be the hottest one on that cover, I would have never bought it.
Maybe
come on. Who's better than her on that cover?
Uma.
Kicks her ass.
I don't know.
No way.
Yeah, there's an argument.
No way.
These guys are going to fight.
Oh, come on. Look at her. You're out of your mind.
Don't argue with Fred about women. He'll kill you.
He knows women.
Fred, you're nuts. Look at her.
Who's this babe?
She's got big hips.
Who's this one?
I don't know.
Who's that?
Which one? Some guy.
No, who's that? Fred knows everyone.
Is that Sharon
It says right on the inside.
No.
I only see blonde hair.
Sarah Jessica Parker's got a great body, although
she shouldn't. She's standing like a retard.
Yeah.
She's got a bag on her head when she does.
She got a bag on her. She's a big fan of our show.
Let me see. It says right on the inside.
She's a big fan of our show, but she doesn't come on.
Sarah is?
Yeah. Probably her agent told her not to come on.
Huh. How'd you find that out?
I know someone who knows her. She's obsessed with the show. She gets in a car, she has to immediately put it on.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we should say nicer things about her.
Oh, hey, look.
She should look better.
You guys are unforgiving.
Don't say guys.
Unforgiving.
Jackie's sensitive.
Don't include me.
Go to a show, 2 hours of vagina jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
I just said it before Jackie did.
You don't have to insult Sarah with her listening.
All right, just give me the magazine. You know what? You get the magazine out of here. I don't want to talk about girls.
Let me see the blonde one there. Who is that doll blonde that nobody could identify?
Ralph, it's probably on the inside cover.
I'll tell you who it is.
Ralph's so stupid he can't tell you. You've only been studying the magazine for a month.
It's only at the bottom of that picture, I think, on the left-hand
Well, I don't know who that is either.
Give it to Fred. Ralph, you must have flunked school, man. You can't even figure out.
He's studying the picture.
He's got a list of all the girls.
Standing next to Linda
I can't even
Ferrantino.
pronounce it.
What is it? Just try.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Oh, that's the one who's dating Brad Pitt.
Let me see.
Oh, who cares?
Who's dating Brad Pitt?
That's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Which one is she?
She's the blonde nobody could identify. I don't know why she's
Who
on
is
there.
She's not that hot.
She an actress?
She's an actress, yeah. She's Ken Howard's daughter, and what's her name?
Oh, yeah?
Ann Lander's daughter?
No, that squeaky voice woman.
Oh, I know who you mean. The one who was married to Neil Young?
The blonde. No, not Carrie Snodgrass, the other one. Blythe Danner, I think.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
she's pretty hot. But Fred
knows all these names.
Fred's a real sick bastard.
I don't even know my own family tree.
Blythe Danner.
He knows the whole family tree.
Yeah, he not only knows who it is, he knows that her father is Ken Howard. And
There
her,
you go.
Like a thoroughbred.
you know who Ken Howard is? He's the guy who played that white coach, the White Shadow.
Yes.
Great show.
Yeah, real big ego, that guy. Of course, I think that's been knocked down a few pegs.
Well, now that he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
What 20 years will do that?
Yeah. I saw him at a Broadway play once, and he stood up way too long. Like, he was in the audience. I don't mean he was in the play.
Oh.
And, like, he was just, like, standing and hoping everyone would notice him. You know,
Right.
like,
Before he could get into his seat, he had to make
Yeah.
a big production.
Yeah, my father was sitting next to me, and he goes, "Look at that schmuck." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Look at him." He goes, "He's on TV. Everyone knows he's here. Everyone has seen him, and he's still standing up."
Still
and he's
trying to be
Yeah, he
nice.
goes, "Sit down. Shut up and sit down." I go, "You're right." I go, and then I remember I was obsessed with it for the whole play. I don't even know what play I saw, but I was obsessed with watching him, and and then even on intermission, he had to like get up and like walk around and have everyone notice him.
No, boy.
Yeah, it was weird. All right, Ralph, thanks for the Vanity Fair here. Take it back and go stare at Nicole Kidman. She does look good, damn it. I always thought she was a pig.
Saw her on something else, Hard Copy, or one of those shows. She's doing some photo shoot, and she looked incredible there,
And she looks pretty good in those Batman promos, too.
Yeah.
Even though that looks kind of sucky. They got way too many villains in that new Batman.
Yeah, it seems that Batman will hardly get a chance to be on the screen.
Yeah.
They got a Robin. They got all these villains.
Yeah, it looks pretty stupid.
What's her name's in the two? Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, what the hell's she doing in it? She shouldn't be in Batman with those tattoos. She's got about too many tattoos.
Yeah, she just looked like haphazard, like she got high one night and just went and got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah, like they're real like Guido tattoos.
Yeah, like she's been used and used and tattooed.
Look, this is a kid who was in rehab at 13.
Yeah, it shows all over her skin.
Yeah.
So,
all right, dude.
All right.
Thanks.
He came by that the hard way.
I wanted to talk about Governor Dorito.
Governor Cuomo?
Yeah.
Former Governor Cuomo?
Former Governor Cuomo. Now, the artist formerly known as Governor Cuomo. I call him Governor Dorito. But
Yeah,
I'll tell you about it in a minute. Jackie likes it.
I like it.
I think it's going to stick. Governor Dorito. Governor Dorito. All right, let me take a break and I'll start the show. I got a whole bunch of things to talk about.
Now you've got women out of your system.
Yeah, I need to talk about girls for a few minutes. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
6:29 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle Weather. It's 6:34 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern morning. You're rock all day. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah. I love this band. Yeah. I get all kooky at my house. I put on that record and I turn off the lights and I light incense and I
You
get some
don't
candles.
dance around.
No. I'm not a good dancer. The urge never overcomes me. Never takes me over.
I was reading about Trent Reznor last night. I might have to try to get into him.
Yeah, he's pretty weird. Did you read that article in details?
No, I read one in People magazine.
Oh. Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe he's okay.
Did you read about how, like, his dog hung himself?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, isn't it? And he's all broken up about
Right,
it.
he canceled shows because the dog is dead.
Yeah. His dog hung himself.
Now, how'd the dog get the rope and tie it around?
He had his leash on, and what he did was he jumped over the fence,
Yeah.
and the leash caught on the fence, and the dog just hung himself.
All right, I had a dog that almost did that
Yeah.
once.
They're saying it was intentional.
The dog didn't want to live anymore?
Trent can't collect insurance on it.
Oh.
If you kill yourself, you can't collect your life
Did the dog
insurance.
leave a note?
Yeah. I had a bird that overdosed on sleeping pills, so I relate to that guy. Thought it was corn. Anyway,
Where was anybody? They left the dog alone?
well, there evidently were people who watch it. I don't know. You know what? I didn't pay that much attention to the interview. The guy was a little too broken up about his dog.
Yeah. They say that's the only love in his life, man.
Yeah. So, by the way, it was Baba Booey's birthday yesterday, and I didn't get him anything, and I usually get him something, but I'm getting him something. I know you got him something.
Yeah, and I didn't even get to see it.
Little Miss Perfect. Robin comes in. I got Gary a gift. I go, oh, you did? Yeah. She remembered one thing to do.
I have to announce it whenever I do.
I said, yeah, did you think to put my name on the gift? No.
Well, you wouldn't have done it for me all those years you remember. Did you remember to put my name on?
No. I like when you don't remember. Then I look better.
See?
Yeah, but I remembered my wife's sick, so. We're going to get you something, fatso. Man, you are getting fat. We were just in here talking about how fat you're getting.
I know.
Because I saw you eating your chocolate birthday cake, and then I understand Jackie took you to the Friars Club and you had another piece of cake.
Yeah, that I didn't order, Jackie.
And then what did your wife make last night? Because I know Greg was over your house.
My wife didn't make anything. We ended up going out to dinner, but then Greg brought me a box of chocolate for my birthday.
Did he? Did you eat any?
I had one piece.
Wow. You were
Well,
getting
tell him
so
what
fat.
I got you.
Robert sent me this huge thing of chocolate.
That's funny. I said, I was saying to myself, why didn't I just send him some chocolates? Because he likes chocolate. But you already got that.
Yeah.
Never too much.
Man, because you got like a big double chin. And you know when I notice how fat you are? When we're walking down the hall at the end of the show.
My ass?
Your ass is huge. I can't imagine what it looks like naked.
Don't. Try not to.
Well, it's so funny because whenever you guys decide to get massages now,
Yeah.
Gary puts the towel up around under his nipple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's right under his breast.
That's exactly where it belongs.
What's going on? You don't care anymore?
No, I do. I'm working my way back.
Yeah, you're married now. What do you have to look good for?
I need a man's ear.
And Bill, if your wife got as fat as you,
I dump her.
yeah, I know. Man, you got so heavy. It's almost like you don't care.
I do care, but
You're fatter than Jackie.
well, I've been fatter than Jackie for almost 2 years. That's something I can't even come to grips with.
Makes them nuts.
You talk about girls and what they think is good looking. I'm reading in the paper today. They interviewed all of the journalists who are covering the OJ trial. And they asked each of these reporters, female reporters, so it wasn't like they were dopes. I mean, they were female reporters. You got to have a fair amount of intelligence. And so these are like really, bright career women.
Well, they've achieved something.
Yeah. They said, who's the sexiest guy so far at the OJ trial? They all swooned. They said, not over Mark Fuhrman, over, who's the black prosecutor?
Chris Darden?
Chris Darden.
The bald guy?
Oh, stop
They're
it.
wild for and you should hear these women. They're like, I think about him coming into my sauna, and he has bedroom eyes, and I think it's just a bunch of uptight white broads fantasizing about being with a black
doing
guy.
The right thing.
Yeah,
politically
right.
correct.
The politically correct thing.
There's nothing attractive about Chris Darden.
I know. I think they're all trying to prove that they think about black guys equally as much as white guys. Meanwhile, probably none of them ever date black guys.
The truth of the matter is, even though he's a double murderer, OJ's still the best looking guy in the courtroom.
Yeah, hands down.
But nobody picked him?
No.
They can't.
No, they
He's
can't.
a murderer and a wife beater.
And the other guy evidently might have beaten his wife, Cochran, and
has 10 billion wives on his side.
And F. Lee Bailey, no one's getting too aroused over that.
Did you see Johnny Cochran? I think it was on Entertainment Tonight last night. They were showing highlights from the Soul Train Awards. Did you see him entering?
No.
He's like a star now.
Yeah, I know. He's a superstar.
He stopped with it. I guess that's his wife.
Yeah.
That woman. Holding her hand.
One of them. Which one?
He stopped. The flashbulb's going like crazy. He's waving to everybody.
Yeah. He's a big. Well, he just opened up a whole new office because he's busy with. And first of all, look at he's a black attorney. He's prominent. Whether he's good or bad doesn't matter. And he's willing to play the race card. And let's face it, a lot of guys who are up for serious crimes. There is a huge black population that is up for serious crime. This guy's gonna be rolling in dough.
Yeah, but they don't have any money.
Yeah, they don't have any money, but you get enough high profile. You get 3 or 4 high profile
You do a
ones.
few of those pro bono cases out.
Yeah,
but you
right.
want the big bucks.
The big bucks.
O.J. Tyson, you're in business.
Yeah. But they're all saying Chris Darden has bedroom eyes. And wait,
how can you see him behind the glass?
Who knows? Darden looks as handsome as any subway mugger. He's handsome. Wait a second.
He looks like a police station.
Then I'll talk about Mark Fuhrman in a second. I want to just tell you some quick things. I won't spend a lot of time on him because we got so much to do, but I'm sure you'll be covering him in the news. But what paper you got? You got the Post, Jackie? Let me have that for a second.
Page 4.
Yeah, let me have it.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Judge Ito didn't get any votes?
No. I tell you, I look at that courtroom. There's no white people in there practically. You can't find a regular white guy.
What happened to all the white people?
I don't know. And if you get a white person, it's always a woman. You got a Japanese. They called one of those sidebars. You got Japanese, black guys.
It's like the United Nations.
Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable.
No white guys.
I know. It's like Minority Central. Unbelievable. Women call him Mr. Prosecutie. Chris Darden. Hunka burnin' love.
This is so false.
It really is. It's just a bunch of, like middle-class white women.
Uptight white women.
Yeah.
Who want to show how with it they are.
Yeah. Women reporters interviewed by the Post readily admitted that they gush over Darden, but all insisted that their names be kept anonymous to avoid embarrassment. Yeah.
Right, because this is such a lie.
Yeah, right. I want to see one of them go on the record. I definitely find him sexy. I like his body language, said a reporter for one of the largest daily newspapers in the country. The way he looks at you, the way you talk to him. Oh. Seems like he's really noticing you when you're talking to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, what else has he got to do? Darden, 38, whose shaved head and soft-spoken manner add to his mystique. Yeah, those big giant goggle glasses. There's something very boyish in his mannerism. Who you call him boyish? I have definitely spent moments in that courtroom daydreaming, she said. A reporter from a Midwestern newspaper said she and her fellow staffers have oohed and ahed over Darden from the start. This reporter was telling me about a dream she had about Chris being in her sauna. See, I had this fantasy that I called for a sauna repairman, and Chris showed up. Believe me, you could walk out into Harlem any day and find guys as good looking as Chris Darden. I don't see anybody going for
He
him.
is no Denzel Washington.
Right. I'm telling you, this F. Lee Bailey is going to have a heart attack during this cross-examination.
Too much for him. Huh?
Yeah, he's going nuts. You know, now, the best happened yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw the O.J. trial, but I would assume a lot of people did. Did you happen to see it?
Oh, yeah.
The best happened yesterday. So now they got a new theory.
Every day there's a different theory.
Yeah. They're pointing up something brand new. Now, in an effort to say that Mark Fuhrman not only framed the O.J., they're now trying to prove that he's a racist, of course, because, of course.
That's why he did it.
Of course. Strong enough motivation to risk your entire life and your career to frame O.J. Now, mind you, here's a guy, if you go back through his whole police record, and I'm sure that he's handled homicides for white people and black people.
Never framed anybody else?
Never been the one to find the evidence. Never framed anybody else. Hasn't had any allegations of police brutality against him. You think a guy who's running around hating black people, you'd have some of this.
Well, he has had some run-ins.
Yeah, but not with black people.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they ought to go back over his... I mean, I'm sure the guy's had run-ins with black people in the sense that being a police officer in Los Angeles, I am sure...
Gotta have some
yeah, I mean, I would
people.
imagine he meets black people every day, and not under the best of circumstances.
There was a guy on one of the tabloid shows last night who was a Jew for Jesus who said he had a run-in with Mark Fuhrman.
Yeah, I'm sure that police every day have run-ins with people. But the guy's got a pretty good record, supposedly. And now the latest story is, this was great. F. Lee Bailey and that dream team, a drunk team.
No, I think they are a dream team because they're always dreaming up these wacky things.
Oh, I see. You think that's how they got their name?
Yeah.
Well, you told me yesterday F. Lee Bailey was arrested for drunken driving, wasn't he, at some point?
Yes.
And that Shapiro...
representative.
Yeah, okay, I love that one. Anyway, what they want you to focus in on now is that Fuhrman. I got to get these names straight. Mark Fuhrman goes into a bar, okay? And this woman who's accusing him of being a racist, she decides she's going to set her friend up on a date with him. Mm-hmm. Okay?
The racist.
The racist. Now, this is a woman who is so offended by racial talk, but she's going to set up her friend with him.
Right.
Now, let me ask you something. If you were offended by a human being, would you do something as nice as to set up one of your friends with him?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Of course not.
Right. Yeah.
You think the guy's a horrible person, you don't set up your friend.
That day, the woman had walked into a Marine recruiting station where Mark Fuhrman was. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, follow this logic. She walks in, and she hears him talking about niggers. She's so offended, she has to get out of there. And you know what she does? She sets up her friend with Mark Fuhrman.
She got out of there, called her friend, and said, come on, let's go to the bar and meet the racist.
The quote, he said the single most horribly offensive thing she'd ever heard in her entire life.
Right, but then she sent him up on a date. Okay, now wait a second. Now the story doesn't even end there. This is even better. This is even better. I love this story. They come into the bar to be with him. The friend and this other yenta.
Right.
They come in. Within 30 seconds, he starts screaming about the niggers.
Again.
Within 30 seconds. They say they saw him of a total of 5 minutes within 30... Now, let me tell you something. I know racists. Daniel Carver, who admits he's a racist. He's one of the guys in the Ku Klux Klan. He's your top hater of everybody. I have had conversations with him, off the air, when we have done TV shows and stuff. It takes him 20 minutes before he starts screaming about the niggers.
Right. He doesn't do it every 30 seconds.
So, they walk into a bar... And within 30 seconds, the guy starts in on the niggers.
Again.
In 2 seconds. He goes from 0 to 60.
Like, they don't bring it up.
No.
He's doing it.
No. The niggers shouldn't date white people. I hate when white people date niggers.
That's reasonable.
Now, you've seen this guy in the stand. Let's say he's a racist. Even if he's a racist, he seems like he's somewhat reasonable, or at least knows how to put on a good cover.
Or he was out of his mind drunk, and why would you want to introduce your friend to him then?
Or the friend was one of the ugliest bitches he ever saw and said, I got to find a way to turn her off.
Not even a guy talking to other guys.
No.
It's a guy talking to two women.
This is a guy, he's about to meet women, and you can see he's a polite kind of guy. He's one of these military types.
Trying to impress a date.
Yeah. Hello. By the way, may I speak to you about the niggers? Where in all logic? Listen, I'm a white guy. I hear lots of people screaming about niggers. I've never walked in a room, guy walks at me, I got to talk to you about niggers. They usually fill you out a little bit. They take 30 seconds to see how you feel about the niggers.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
So what you're saying to me is, forget Mark Fuhrman, they feel you out and find it's okay to talk about niggers?
Right. They wait 20, 30 minutes. They try to see
I'm talking about.
No one ever mentions niggers to me. Let me tell you something. This is an outrage, what they are proposing here. This is what I'm telling you.
It's a preposterous assumption.
But I don't know if this jury...
But you know what he did
We'll be able to figure that out.
He did strike one little chord that could throw the whole thing off. And that was the money thing.
What was that thing? I didn't catch all of it.
He started asking Mark Fuhrman if he had any monetary interest in the outcome of this trial.
And did he?
He's going to sue.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, he is.
All the
civil suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
But the point is, this is another mistake by the prosecution because they should have never allowed him to do that but while the trial was going on.
Yeah.
He should not have been involved. He's got letters from his lawyer saying, Mark Fuhrman needs... He was sending letters around to other police departments saying Mark Fuhrman needs your help to help pay legal fees of $100,000 for his lawyer.
Right.
And all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I guess. But I didn't see that part.
Where did these lawyers... where did they lose it? They got this plum case sitting there. Yeah. They got to jump the gun. Let the guy testify before you have to send out letters.
Yeah. And then F. Lee Bailey tried to use that against him. He goes, well, are you suing the woman who made these statements about you? And Mark Fuhrman goes, no. You go, well, why not?
Right. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
If she's also making these allegations against you, why not sue her?
Because she don't have a point. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. If I was him, I'd sue anyone I could find because they have destroyed this guy's life. They have done a number, and it's vicious. And these lawyers are all vicious vermin. And the world is filled with lawyers who are vicious.
But the point is he's not going to start
I understand your point.
until after the trial is over. Anyway, why even announce?
I guess, I really, I don't know. But that's, to me,
I think
neither here nor there.
That's a thing that'll confuse a jury.
Yeah. Well, I think this jury will be confused by everything.
But that helps.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Greta Van Susteren on that one.
We go now to Greta Van Susteren, who's now become the most important lawyer in the world.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I never heard of her.
The first time I ever heard of her was when this case came.
I want to know, if she's such a great lawyer, why is she so free to be on TV every minute?
She doesn't have anything else to do.
I mean, she's got a completely clear schedule.
Totally available for the O.J. commentary.
Yeah. Dude, where is her legal practice? Where are her clients?
This is going on all day.
Yeah.
She's sitting around CNN waiting to come on.
Do you think she'd even have a house closing or something? Nothing.
But Greta Van Susteren said money looks very bad. If there's any financial interest at all, it's very bad.
Yeah. Oh, who knows? Greta Van Susteren.
I like her.
Her office must be in a Port Authority bus terminal locker. I mean, she's on... don't these people practice? Don't they have, obligations to a practice? What was she doing?
She's CNN's lawyer.
Yeah.
Because she's there all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Unbelievable. But I love this latest round of discussion. It follows no human logic that I can think of. I got to take a break here. I'm going to come back, and we got a lot to go through this morning. We'll be back right after these words.
Listening to the Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
6:52 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle. It's 6:58 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard, Harleys, and pure rock. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
We'll have the results of the Sue Simmons contest.
Coming up?
Yeah. There's some debate on certain things as to whether they're mistakes or not.
Uh-huh.
There were mistakes made aplenty yesterday.
I didn't get to see any of her newscast last night.
Yeah, I didn't really get to watch too much of it either. I was busy in the courtroom.
That's where I was.
Yeah, I spent most of my day in court.
With the cross-examination.
Yeah, I had to be there just to make sure things went well. Just to make sure Mark Fuhrman wasn't abused. That F. Lee Bailey is funny, man. He looks like he's going to explode. He wants to prove so bad something. I don't know how the jury's going to perceive any of this. I'll tell you why.
Why? Because
the trial is very different. When you're sitting and watching Mark Fuhrman, and the camera's aimed on Mark Fuhrman, and you hear F. Lee Bailey, you kind of, everything seems like Fuhrman's in control. When you go to F. Lee Bailey, it's harder to concentrate on what F. Lee Bailey's saying because he's so trying. He's so intense about getting his point across that you almost can't even concentrate on what the heck the testimony is. And then, when they give you the glimpse of O.J., O.J. is a whole show going on in himself. I don't know how the jurors are concentrating on it.
You don't know what the jury's watching. They don't have to just look at what the camera picks.
If they're watching O.J., they're not hearing a thing Mark Fuhrman and F. Lee Bailey are saying, because I know when they put that camera on O.J., it's a whole different trial.
But also, I wonder, whenever there's a moment in the trial where something funny happens and people are laughing, I wonder who's laughing now. Is that the jury laughing? Or is that the audience laughing? The jury can't laugh?
Yeah, the jury can laugh. Sure, the jury's got nothing to lose.
Are they laughing?
I don't know. Well, the other thing that occurred to me, too, this is a very motivated jury. These are people who, remember the huge line of people who all wanted to be on the jury?
Yeah.
There were like 650 people who were initially chosen in the pool, and they had waited online to be a part of the O.J. jury.
Right, they were calling saying, how do we get on?
Yeah. Did you see now there's another juror in question?
I was going to say, there's another juror that might get booted. Because he apparently can't get along with anybody else. Now listen to this. Listen how nutty this trial is.
This is the guy who they say they can't even determine his race. They say, well, this is 6 black women, It's a bunch of black guys. There's a white woman. And there's a guy, no one can determine what he is. I love that.
We're not sure.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure what he is. The judge doesn't know. The guy doesn't even know.
And they've spoken to him.
Yeah, they can't. No one can figure out what he is.
Filled out forms.
Yeah.
And nobody can figure out
kind of
what
like Fred, you can't figure out what he is. So.
Now, if they've got a Fred on the jury, I can see what the problem is.
Yeah. So now they're thinking of kicking him off because he hasn't been friendly. He's a loner. Can you imagine?
The man of no determined race is a loner.
Yeah, duh. Well, if you were a man without a country, you'd be a loner, too. I guess you can't be a loner.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying, well, just because somebody doesn't like you doesn't mean that you get kicked off the case.
Yeah, he's not having enough fun with us. He's not interacting during our special piano sessions.
Howard, every night before they go away, Judge Ito says, don't talk to each other about the trial, don't interact, don't do that.
Yeah, so he's doing it, and they're mad at him. So.
You know what's interesting to me on E! Entertainment Television's coverage?
Yeah.
They had, I switch around to see what everybody's doing. They have this woman who was on the Reginald Denny trial.
Yeah.
And she was showing us, the hotel and, telling us all about how it is to be sequestered on a jury. Now, here they're considering the Reginald Denny case, and she says the jury actually put on a talent show for itself.
Yeah.
I said, this is what they're doing while they're supposed to be deliberating this really important case?
Probably this guy of mixed origin doesn't feel like being in any talent shows, like he's an adult.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fool around.
So they're all angry. We're all trying to make something of this. We want to have a cohesive unit.
We want to play charades.
Yeah, and if you're not going to play, we're kicking you up the jury. All right, so what was I leading up to? Jesus. Something I had to tell you. What was I talking about? OJ. Oh, yeah. So you watch OJ, right? When the camera focuses on OJ, now, see, we're not given the benefit of being in the courtroom. So what would we be watching? The odds are I'd probably be staring at OJ.
Ooh.
First of all, OJ's a celebrity. He's the guy on trial.
I want to know his reaction to everything, because as soon as that camera switches over to him, I'm wondering, what does he think of that last answer? Right.
So you see, when we're watching the coverage and all they're showing you is Mark Fuhrman and stuff, we're very focused on what's going on in the courtroom. Right. They're focusing for us. So when they open it up and then come in on OJ, it's a whole nother show going on. It's like F. Lee Bailey goes, Mr. Fuhrman, and all you do is hear F. Lee Bailey's voice. And you hear Mark Fuhrman answering, and you're watching OJ. And OJ now is the most animated. Remember the depressed OJ in the beginning? Forget that. OJ now is busy. Busy. He is so busy with, I don't know, God knows what.
Did I hear correctly that the other day he directed that 2 questions be asked?
Yeah, he did. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It happens.
Yeah.
OJ sent F. Lee up to ask a couple of questions.
Yeah, that went nowhere. All right, so anyway. F. Lee Bailey goes, so tell me, Mr. Fuhrman, Detective Fuhrman. And he says it real angry, he's angry. So tell me, which I don't think works for F. Lee Bailey, because I start feeling bad for Mark Fuhrman.
Right.
Like,
he's
what did he do?
On him.
Yeah, the guy was a cop. He went to the scene of a mass murder.
And all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, this guy's not on trial. OJ's on trial.
Right. Yeah, this is the Mark Fuhrman trial. This poor guy, this guy should be suing everybody.
Yeah.
So anyway, he gets up, and he says, Detective Fuhrman, you mean to tell me you were 15 minutes at the side of the house and you didn't notice the side door?
And that leads into the house?
All of a sudden they got the camera on OJ at this point, and he's like this. He's like, what?
Point for us.
Yeah. And and OJ's like, could you let me out of here now? Do you see what's going on here, man?
Let me go.
Come on. It's too funny. It's just too funny to watch OJ.
But you also forget that we're only getting to see OJ occasionally.
Yeah.
The defense team, the prosecutors, Mark Fuhrman, and the guy who's questioning him. Occasionally we see Judge Ito. The family's in the courtroom.
There's too much to watch.
OJ's family's in the courtroom.
They should make the jurors watch on TV.
Yeah.
I wish they could focus in better.
I heard one day, I forget whose testimony it was, but they had to wake up a few of the jurors.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, this stuff's good, but I could imagine during that guy, Detective Lang, after a while, it got a little dull.
They had to go over and poke them because they were falling asleep.
Poke them with a stick. See, I think the defense would like to accuse all the cops of being racist and being in on a plot, but I think even they think that's going too far.
They couldn't find anything to make it stick.
They'd rather focus in on one guy. So, and the other thing is, too, that... the hell
the
with
theory
OJ.
now is that Mark Fuhrman did this, number one, because he was angry about being taken off the case.
Yeah. Well, that was,
And that he's a racist. You know, they're compiling this whole story.
Guy's the most demented guy in the world, according to the defense. You're sitting there listening to him, he's perfectly rational.
Off at any second. Why did you wait so long?
Okay, so let's just get to a bunch of stuff here, because there's a million things to go to. First of all, Gary, what are we doing with the Sue Simmons contest? Are we tackling that now? I would like to tackle that.
How are we going to determine?
What is that?
Ready in like 2 minutes. Scott's just leading it up now.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
If I took a break, would...
should definitely be ready by the time you come back.
Oh, okay. So let me do that. I want to see who won the money.
But I also just got something really interesting, too. Remember last week when we went on there at Phoenix, and they said that they didn't play our show for the first couple of hours. They were playing mysterious music.
Yeah.
Well, one of the listeners sent me a copy of the mysterious music.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah, you got a tape of that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I want to hear that.
I don't know what was going on there.
Can you roll that off so we can
I have it
hear
ready. I'm ready for you.
Oh, good. All right, let me take a break. I'll get to all this when we get back.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
The only real aphrodisiac is variety. Remember that. Confucius say.
You know, that's what a bad lover would say.
Thank you.
That's
Jackie,
exactly what a bad lover would
well,
say.
they chalked me off in that column. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. This Friday, March 17th, two big St. Patty's Day shows at Chuckles in Mineola. For dirty jokes and info, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. That's right, Jackie. Good for you. That's right. All right, real quick, we have so much to get to this morning. In fact, Nicole Eggert is coming by as well. And for those of you who don't know the name, about a year ago, everyone knew her name. She was the hot girl on Baywatch, the most watched television show in the country. She came on my program. Everyone was excited. People were lining up in the halls. In fact, if you remember back a year ago, no one even talked about Pamela Anderson. Everyone was into Nicole Eggert.
Were they on the show together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. And she came in and announced, that's it. I'm getting off this Baywatch. I've had enough.
She hated it.
She hated it. I said, you're crazy.
She got the breast implants for the show.
Wanted to take those out.
Hated them, wanted them out.
I told her, you're crazy. You look fantastic. It's a great show for you. It's a great vehicle. You're getting more attention than anyone on the planet. She said she wasn't being taken seriously.
She didn't want to be a blonde bimbo.
Right. And now, Suzanne Summers just called me up and started laughing and goofing on her. So Nicole is coming by. She is in a movie, though, and she does want to... You see, now, if she was on Baywatch and had made this movie and had the vehicle to promote it, it would be even bigger. This is what I tried to tell her. But let's see what she has to say. In all fairness, she will be in here to
tell us everything's fine.
Yeah, and the new movie, evidently, there's a big buzz on it. It's called Swamp Thing 12. And it's going to be unbelievable.
What is it really?
It's called Melissa.
Melissa.
It's her first adult role.
Yeah.
After 5 years on Charles in Charge.
Who's she in it with?
I thought in Baywatch that was her adult role.
No, she still played a young girl.
Oh, I see. Now she's a woman.
Right.
She's playing an old broad? What is she?
No, she plays get this, an exotic dancer with emotional problems. Now, that's a dream date.
Total
redundant.
Total departure.
What exotic dancer you know doesn't have emotional problems?
Yeah.
As opposed to a lifeguard with emotional problems.
Yeah, right.
Yes, the exotic dancer, she'll be in skimpier outfits than she was in Baywatch.
I don't care as long as she's wearing something good.
Well, let me ask you something. Who's she in this with? Who is her co-star?
Well, why don't you wait till she comes?
I haven't written down. I got to tell you, I didn't recognize her
That's
name.
what I want to know. Anybody of name, note?
Yeah, Richard Gere and Harvey Keitel, okay?
Some woman who's in the movie Disclosure plays her psychiatrist. That's the big...
Yeah, and it's not Demi Moore.
No, it's not Demi Moore.
Right. I think Ken Howard is in there. The White Shadow.
All right. That's all I wanted to know. If she was in it with somebody, or is this one of those...
Yeah. And Patrick Swayze's brother might be in it.
I do have one more fact that's going to be very alarming. It is produced by the same guy who produced Jackie the Joke Man's concert movie.
You're kidding me. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Who, Dave Walrus Hawthorne?
No, Tim Snow Productions.
I see.
You got to slap some sense into her.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to spank her. She's not all there. All right, very good. Quickly now, as you know, our local newswoman, Sue Simmons, makes a lot of mistakes, and I'm sure that there's similar newswomen all over the country, and we did something terrible. We bet on how many mistakes she would make. That's a wrong thing to do.
It is wrong. I feel bad every time I'm watching Sue.
And you can tell the pressure's really on her, because she knows about what goes on the show.
Of course.
And you could see she's putting a lot of effort into not making any mistakes, but she did fumble a little yesterday.
I feel that we're with her at every newscast.
I know. Everyone was watching yesterday, calling in. Ralph was calling every minute. That was not a mistake. Because he has 2 mistakes. He's like, that was not a mistake.
Oh, so that's where the argument is.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I want to watch the news. I don't want a guy calling me every minute and claiming that was not a mistake.
Right.
Then during the interview segment, Sue was interviewing Roberta Flack. Very relevant. And he goes, Sue was...
Was it a whatever happened to her?
Yeah, Sue was funkying. And Ralph...
Does that count?
Yeah, Ralph calls in and he goes, well, we'll make a determination now. But Ralph calls in and goes, it's during an interview. That's not news. I go, Ralph, look, I don't know what count she's up to, so I'm just telling you, we said the entire hour plus the 10-second promo that leads in.
Yeah.
And just shut up. You lost probably, okay? You lost $40.
Nobody told you to bet. You ran and you wanted to get the money.
It's not fair because an interview is not news. Are you going to start in again? Because I'll throw you out of here. I told you, it's for an hour program.
All right. But Gary agreed this morning.
Well, I said, no, I didn't agree. I said, I'm unsure.
How can you change the rules? We said we're doing the whole hour. I don't even know what the outcome is, and I'm telling you, you can't change the rules. And give me back my hair tie. Bozo. Thank you. Thank you.
So interviews do count.
Yeah, it's the hour program.
Yeah, but she's just talking conversationally. And
Robin, was it a $4,000 bet? Why is Ralph crying?
I'm not crying.
It was $40. Oh, that's right. It was $40,000. No, now I understand.
I'm not crying.
All right, Rockefeller.
If you don't want to bet, don't bet.
So, let's determine now what is a mistake and what isn't.
All right.
And here we go.
I can tell you that this one's a definite.
All right.
Well, stay with us. We'll take you power lunching in Hollywood and tell you about Leona Helmsley's latest adventure.
Do we give an Is that a mistake?
No. No, that is not a mistake.
Okay, that is not a mistake.
No. An Well, where do you see an as a mistake?
She stumbled.
No.
She didn't.
That was pretty good.
It's a definite vote.
This is a definite vote.
You're definitely losing. Don't worry, Jackie.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay, go to the next one.
Here we go. Is this a definite vote?
I think this is the only definite in the bunch.
All right. But I thought the other one was definite.
I thought it was, too. She stumbled. She made a mistake.
This is a definite maybe.
So now there's a lot of us.
Matt starts to introduce a promo, and Sue steps on it.
Oh, that's a mistake. Let me hear that. But let me make the determination. It's a definite, Wolf.
He can't help it if he laughs when you say something funny.
Okay, I can't help it if he sold 3 videotapes for Tim Snow.
See you then, Tom. Thank you.
Up next on Live at 5, a poetry woman who brought you...
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to
Can't wait,
if you don't mind.
Sorry.
Who brought you Poetry Man.
All right, that's a mistake. I'll count that as one.
You're counting that?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's walking all over. The guy's obviously in the middle of his first sentence and she can't shut up.
Are you listening to Matt, too?
Yeah, it sort of works if someone's talking, keep your mouth shut.
Okay, now, from here on in, the rest of these are with her interview with Roberta Flack.
All right, so we have a definite one. Mm-hmm. All right.
She stumbles, she stutters, but again, it is conversational. She's interviewing.
We have to determine now.
You're the judge.
All right. Well, we're all the judge.
Singer Roberta Flack joins us live in our studio.
All right, that's still from the previous flub.
The very first cut threw me. Yeah. Let's say together, which is an Al Green, a foot stomper, right?
Yeah. That was it. The let's
say together. See, I don't know that that's what we're talking about because you're not reading.
Yeah, I'm not going to count that.
No, I would because she's probably reading that from a card.
No, she wasn't.
No, she's just sitting there talking.
Let's see. Let me. Well, wait a second. Fred's got a point there. That is
it's not like something
Fred's got a mouthful.
Fred, what are you chewing?
Fred, I got to win a bet.
Fred, man, that is disgusting.
He's fighting with a mouthful of.
What do you eat? What's in the pouch?
A bit of turkey.
Oh, turkey this time in the morning? Get a little pouch of food. It's
a little bit of it.
and you want to puke when you hear it.
I don't know. It sounds like Ralph.
Yeah, you want to puke.
That's true. It's helping my impression.
And there's still food in his mouth. The guy has no ability to swallow. That's why he's thin.
Well, it's dry.
The guy can't swallow. Like in a clinch, he cannot just swallow the food and get it out of his mouth.
See what I do? I just spit it right in the garbage.
That's good. I want to puke from all of you.
What a crew.
Oh. All right. Let me hear that again. Taking Fred's point into consideration, I'll be able to tell if she's reading over.
Through me.
Yeah.
Let's stay together.
A little rewind. Okay.
The very first cut. Through me.
Yeah.
Let's stay together, which is an Al Green, a foot stomper, right?
That is a mistake.
That's a mistake.
He's got a point there. It is a mistake.
All right,
I
let's
disagree.
count that one.
But
It's a mistake. It is a flub.
Sure.
That's
It's not the kind of flub we were talking about in terms of reading the news.
I thought we were talking about clubs where when you're watching, you'd say, geez, that's a newswoman, and she really flumped over a word. I mean, that one passed pretty quick.
Yeah. And she wasn't exactly reading.
She wasn't. I mean, it's questionable.
Well, let's have a ruling.
By who?
Giorgito.
But we all have a stake in this.
I know, we do. Let's have an independent...
I don't have a stake in this because...
You bet?
But I pulled...
He bet, but he doesn't have a stake in it.
I pulled less... In other words, there's no way I could... Okay.
It's a definite.
We pulled... Ralph, get out of here. There's no reason for you to be here. Get out. You're done. Ralph's done.
No, I'm not done.
I like Ralph. You're done.
I like Ralph. All right, yeah.
The ruling is we like Ralph.
He pulled his headphones off.
It's going to be very next.
What a jerk.
Maybe he doesn't belong here.
We all know deep down he doesn't.
Right.
I pulled 5 potential things and I have 6, so I don't have a stake. There's no way I could win. I pulled 5 potential mistakes and my choice was 6. So
yeah, but it doesn't mean anything.
There's no way I can win, so I have no stake in it.
And what are you calling it then? Are you calling it an error?
I think that's not a mistake. I think that's just being conversational.
Okay.
And for a second...
Whoa.
Wait a
minute.
Come on. Something soupy. I'm up to like 19 mistakes. I don't know.
County's one of us.
I think none of us have a stake.
Every time she opens her mouth.
Here's another.
Well, you certainly did that with Prelude to a Kiss.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. What is she doing? She can't even talk when she's not reading?
I don't see why these don't count.
They do count. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wait, I want to go back now.
They all count.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're being nitpicky, but there's money on this. And these are mistakes.
That should be a special section, interview.
A section?
Sure.
Well, you certainly did that with Prelude to a Kiss.
Yeah.
Now, Roberta...
See, I think that these must be written somewhere.
Okay, so you're saying that the Let's Stay Together one is now back.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
See, it's a tough call because she's not actually reading.
No,
but
I think
these are mistakes.
I thought our call was reading the news off a teleprompter.
But I can't believe this is a string in this whole interview.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
I think we should redefine the rules and have good rules and let it all ride tonight. Because this is all kind of up in the air.
It's true.
All right.
Let's say
You're right.
reading the news off the teleprompter.
Yeah, okay. Now, there are a couple of places. I know what you're saying. Where they're sitting at the desk and they're doing legitimate news.
And figure out
one more.
Every introduction is also on the teleprompter. So.
Yeah, it's true. Right. And you know what? All these questions. I've done the show with her. All these questions are on cards for her.
Okay.
But maybe
And it's short.
So you can't call that a mistake.
Oh, I can. That's a big one. Come on, that's a huge
not a mistake. It's a stutter.
It's a mistake. They put in a commercial.
And it's short.
See, I think that's too style.
No, man. No, that's a mistake.
It's a stutter.
A stutter?
Well, what do you call that as a mistake?
She's a professional broadcaster.
Really distracting.
She's not doing ad-lib material here. They're coming out of a piece of music, and they got a question written down for her to ask Roberta Flack.
That's a tough word.
Come on. And? Hey, Ralph.
And that music was...
Ralph's saying it's a tough word when you're high on like lots of marijuana stuff like he usually is.
Suck my finger.
If you let me put it this way. If you did not count her conversational errors and only her errors reading the teleprompter, the winning number would be 1,
that
which
is
nobody
correct.
has.
That is correct. If you were to count what I've heard so far, we would be up to 1, 2, 3 so far.
No, 4.
Yeah,
Because
4.
there's been 3 in here and the
Yeah.
one before.
Yeah. And she'd be fired.
He taught you something.
And then I guess
Now, oddly enough, Howard, the winning number of 4
4.
is Howard.
Yeah, I won, but I'm willing to forfeit.
Let's roll it over.
I'm willing to roll
we
over.
were not
Okay,
clear.
So the interview doesn't count.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
But everything else that's on the teleprompter reading news
Well, you
counts.
see, that's a weird call because...
What if she's reading something off of a card during
And she is reading off a card. She's every one of those things that we're not counting all of a sudden are being read off a card.
I think she's reading it.
But the problem with it is that you guys, you see, it's conversational because someone's like interrupting and being there.
So why don't we just count when she's looking at the audio, you know, looking at
See,
the
I
viewer?
think we should count all news, all intros before the other person
all
starts
promos.
to talk,
Right.
all promos.
What about what if she's doing an interview and she intros?
That's what I'm saying.
What if she
Intros
reads
count.
All right.
Where she reads.
Like she's at the desk.
No, no
No,
reading
no.
off the cards for the questions because this obviously goes on every day.
Yeah.
But that's information, too.
I think what Fred's trying to say is I won. Am I right?
I would say you won.
I know.
Well, let's roll it over because we weren't clear. And
Let's roll it over because I won.
Yeah.
Let's roll it over.
You got a lot of money.
It's fun to do another
All
day.
right. Yeah, okay.
Let's let it ride.
So, well, if we're going to let it ride, since I'm letting it ride now, since I'm letting it ride,
boy.
since I'm the one letting it ride.
Let's count it up.
When you
Maybe
say
it's 5.
let's let it ride, no, I say let Howard let it ride.
Wait a minute. If we counted the very first definite, it was 5, which is my number, right?
No, mine.
No,
We
that's
had it
Robin
together.
and Fred's number.
Right.
All
So
right.
Fred and I are letting it ride.
That was never one. Ever since we are letting it ride,
Yes.
we will then clarify by saying the interview portion is not part of it except for the intro and the outro. Because how can you? Otherwise, I should have won.
He has these 4 or 5 flubs in the intro, in the interview every day. It looks like.
Let's make it.
So let's not count those. Let's just count the parts where.
Yeah. Otherwise, I should have won.
She should be smooth.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's make a side bet on the interview part.
No, I'm not making any side bet.
Ralph,
because you don't pay.
Once again, he's in here 2 minutes too long.
Yeah. All right. Nicole Eggert is here, and I got to take a break, and then I'm going to ask her why the hell she left Baywatch again, and if it was a good decision. And then I'm going to make out with her.
Poke her with a
Because
stick.
now she has to get the plug.
Yeah, that's right. And now that she's not on Baywatch, she's a lot more low profile, so she has to get into a bikini.
You know what? She thought she was very smart
Yeah.
to leave Baywatch. Maybe she should have an intelligence test.
That's right. I'm going to have to test her intelligence. Yeah, Nicole will be dizzy when she leaves here. You think she'd let me poke her with a stick?
We've never done that to a celebrity.
I know.
Yeah, I think she might.
What's she wearing?
I haven't looked at her yet. I haven't seen her yet.
All right, let's...
If I could run out really quick, I'll be back in a second.
All right, hurry up. So I can work on my own look during the commercials. So that she'll be... I guess I imagine she'll be so attracted to me that she'll just say, look, you better just come over to my hotel.
Is she still with that guy she was with?
I don't know. We'll find out. What's she wearing? But let me guess. Pantsuit.
Well, no. She's not dressed up. She's sort of dressed sort of grunge. She's wearing, like, faded jeans, a pair of, like, Doc Martens, and a T-shirt with the Rolling Stones tongue on it.
Oh, that's so out. Can she go and change?
Well, we do keep bikinis and lingerie available.
Ask her if she'll slip into a swimsuit, please. Come on.
But it's sort of sexy. I got to tell you, it works.
Is it?
Yeah.
It works because she's good looking. Go do it.
Well, why don't you just take a look at her first, and then you can see if she'll change if you
All
don't
right.
like it.
All right, let me take a look, because that sounds like way too much clothes. We'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
All right, Gary, bring in Nicole. She's been sitting out there a long time. It's good to keep her waiting. She's probably used to getting guys, like, rushing to her.
So you're going to teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
Good thing you're here.
Yeah, I'll teach her a lesson or two.
You won't fawn all over her as
Yeah.
soon as you see that pretty face.
She's used to getting her ass kissed. I don't kiss anyone's ass. Oh, hey, baby. Wait a second. Wait, hold it. Stop. Oh, you are so dressed down.
I'm so dressed down?
Yeah.
What did you want me to put on at 6:30 in the
Oh,
morning?
big deal. Honey, it's show business. You know that better than anyone.
Forget it.
You've been in show business so long.
Yeah, too long, maybe.
You know you're supposed to wear something better.
Anymore.
No, I don't care.
Where's your bikini?
Oh, it's not here. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're getting all serious, like a serious actress.
Now you said the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Huh?
Well, you can't even say that on the air. I don't even know if you should be wearing that shirt.
How can you wear that shirt?
At least you're not wearing a bra, though.
Yes, I am.
You're wearing a bra?
Yes.
Let me see your straps. Prove it. Let me pull your bra. Oh, that is a bra.
That's my
So what happened? You got rid of your breast implants? Your breasts still look big.
Yeah, well, that's what a bra.
You got rid of them?
Yeah.
You let
took
them
them
just
out?
take them out.
Huh?
You just
Yeah,
have to take them
we
out.
have to, it's a big procedure. It's a big pain in the ass.
And don't you have, like, all floppy skin and stuff from that?
No, exactly. I was freaked out about that, so no, not at all.
You probably, you still got nice breasts, if you don't mind me commenting.
Thank you, but I had nice ones before, too.
Yeah.
No.
So when you got them out, although I did like the big cans, I tell you, I really like
They
that.
got in the way.
They did get in the way?
Yeah, they really get in the way. It was never supposed to be that big. I don't know. I think my doctor, measured them to my hips or something.
You know what happens sometimes? Like, you go in there, because, Robin had breast reduction, and she said, listen, I want to come out with a B cup.
Uh-huh.
Because she had, double Ds, right, Robin?
Right.
So when she woke up, her breasts were sticking straight out in the air, and it was still like a D cup. And she goes, hey, dude, I just went through all this surgery. And he went, look, you're not going to be in proportion. I give you B cups. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what he was saying to me. And he was and then he told me for a year they were still swelling. The swelling would go down. Just wait. And I was like, I had to go back to him. I gave him hell for it.
Because I read you were taking them out. I got all upset.
Yeah.
I liked the way you looked.
Oh, I like still feminine, so.
You definitely were feminine. But this outfit is not feminine.
I'm sorry.
And this isn't even flattering.
I'm sorry.
You're a sex symbol. Do you don't want to be a sex symbol anymore?
It's not about, whether I want to be a sex symbol.
What, do you want to be
not.
serious or something?
No, I don't want to be,
You have to be a sex symbol. You can be out doing interviews and stuff?
Who would you like to fashion your career after? Who's your favorite?
Katharine Hepburn.
Out there today? Meryl
She's
Streep?
a pig. Meryl Streep's a pig. She is. She's a pig. I see guys going, the reviews go, oh, she's very pretty. In a classic sense. She's not pretty. No one wants to see her.
No, I think that's my problem.
You don't want to be
there's
Glenn
nobody
Close.
I want to be like,
Demi Moore. Isn't that a good one to pick?
Yeah, why don't you be like her?
No, I
She goes
love
around
her.
naked. She does interviews in the nude. Yeah.
Fine.
You should be naked more often. You're going to, let Sally Fields do that serious crap. I want you in a bikini. I always said that. I don't care. So you can be a good actress
So
in a
I could
bikini.
do both, fine. Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You're too uptight. I said that to you the first time I met you.
Okay, I heard you already talking about this movie, A Stripper.
Yeah.
So how could I be uptight if you think that I'm
hold
a
it.
stripper?
You left Baywatch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all, you were the star of Baywatch, right?
No.
A year ago, you were the star. No one talked about Pamela Anderson. I never even noticed Pamela Anderson until you left.
Oh.
You know that, right?
No.
You don't know that?
No. I think everybody was, equally had their following.
Are you smoking heroin?
Smoking heroin.
You were the thing.
Oh.
Everything was Nicole Eggert.
Well, it's when
And then you got all uptight and said, I can't be on this show.
I get uptight when you have to go to work for that many hours with a bunch of, people.
Bunch of nitwits?
Comfortable.
Were they really dumb people?
Did you not like
They're
him?
not dumb.
Nah.
David Hasselhoff?
He's dumb, right? I've met him.
He's dumb.
Well, he's not a bright guy.
Oh, come on. He's just a billionaire.
Well, big deal. Just because the guy has money. Yeah, look at Jackie. He's stupid. He has money. Come on. 140 countries all of a sudden went, where the hell is Nicole? No, but I'm saying now, seriously, do you think it was a mistake leaving Baywatch?
No. Only for my own happiness,
Why do you want to be so happy?
Yeah, work
Why
is
do
not
I want to be
supposed
happy?
Yeah, why don't you be like
Work is
me?
not supposed to make you happy.
I'm miserable.
Work is
Why?
Why? Because that's the way I got to be.
No.
I'm miserable. You got to be miserable.
No,
that's why I'm
I don't wanna be
successful.
miserable.
People relate to me. I've got a miserable life.
He doesn't understand work. Work is not supposed to be fun.
Yeah, when you go to work, it's not fun. We hate
I
coming
know
here.
that. Oh, you hate coming?
Yeah, we hate it.
I think everybody hates waking up and going to work in the morning.
Right.
Everybody does.
You hated going to Baywatch because it was work.
Yeah, but they dump you. We filmed in the winter time, first of all.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
So what? So you
This is called
It's freezing.
hardship.
I saw dead body, okay?
You saw dead
Lola.
body?
You think I wanted to be in this water with these? It was the most disgusting.
You went to work one day and you saw like a dead body?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
no
Long
kidding.
Beach,
Floated
after
up on the
rain.
beach?
Yeah. Along with all these big plastic circus balls from McDonald's.
Really?
That were at the bottom of or wherever they were, and they were just floating. It looked like somebody had gone by with helicopters and dropped stuff. We're walking down the beach, and there comes a coroner's truck, and there was just this body.
Really?
lying on the
A
beach.
guy?
A man.
An old black guy?
He was black. He was
That's where a lot of people throw black people after they kill them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You would know.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know that stuff. I know that kind of stuff. No, it's true. They throw him in the ocean.
Oh, it's horrible. He was naked.
Yeah. Yeah, I know about that case.
How do they lose their clothes?
I'm up on charges for that one, right?
How do
That guy
they
tried to
lose
kick
their
my ass. How do they lose their clothes?
Yeah.
The fish. I mean, the fish. The guy was the guy gross?
The guy was bloated like 3 times
Ugh,
the size.
like
and
a blowfish.
He was just rotten.
Fish wouldn't even eat him.
Oh, some of him was eaten.
And you saw him? Did you see his weenie?
No, it was not there.
It was gone?
Yeah. I don't know if it
Whoa.
was down between his legs or what. I mean, because I looked at him from the side.
Yeah.
And I was looking at everything. And my makeup artist was
Did it get you
checking
horny?
it out. No.
No.
It didn't get me horny.
Howard.
And it wasn't Ben Vereen or anything.
Oh,
No.
he smelled
with
horrible.
Well, he's still with us? What do you think? Somebody took it for a souvenir?
I don't know.
Maybe Pamela Anderson was really horny and she saw the black guy first and she chopped it off because she was so horny.
Oh, that's horrible.
You don't think that's true?
No, I think.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Did you see Pamela Anderson that day?
Yes.
You swear to God?
She was nowhere near the body.
She wasn't.
God,
and
no.
you did when it washed up on shore. How do you know she didn't get there before you?
No.
F. Lee Howard.
You ask as stupid questions
Right.
as your mentor.
As my mentor, F. Lee Bailey. I trained under him. So you admit Pamela Anderson could have stolen the penis?
No, I don't.
You
think
didn't
Pamela
see her.
Anderson stole the penis.
All right, take it easy. Everyone calm down. This is just an informal hearing. This is not an official witness stand. And you told me that Pamela isn't even that bright, that she didn't know the guy was dead. She thought he was an actor.
Oh, I didn't tell you that.
You did, too.
No.
Off the air, you told me, right?
No.
You
The
didn't?
guest star that week.
You didn't get along with her, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I like Pamela.
So, you saw the dead guy, and that really freaked you out. But you can't blame Baywatch for that. I mean, they didn't plan
blaming
it.
them. I just don't want to be there.
I'm trying to think if I ever saw a dead guy.
Ugh.
I don't think I've ever seen, like, a dead guy.
No, you've seen people in accidents who didn't check to see if they were dead.
Yeah, I found a guy all bloody and stuff, but he was moaning. He was like, oh.
Okay.
And then I jogged off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I jogged away from the scene of an accident. I didn't want anything to do with it. People turn around and just go, oh, you moved me. I'm going to sue you. It's
That's all you
get
think
out of
about.
here.
You think about being in court.
Hey, that's why I'm
People
walking.
are dying.
Yeah. Let me just soak you in. You look kind of cute today.
Thank you.
Just wish you were wearing something better. What kind of jeans are those?
Levi's.
You wearing panties?
Yep.
Thongs?
Yep. And you?
Oh, you don't want to see my
You
underwear.
know what? You can have that dream after she's gone. She's here now.
Oh, wait, come on. Let me get into it a little. What's the big deal? We're both adults.
You're sitting there going,
What kind of shoes you wear? Espadrilles?
Boots.
Let's see.
No, I have
Work
work boots.
boots. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Gee. Not be sexual at all.
What do you want me to wear, heels?
Yeah.
yeah, dress like Pamela when she comes in
You
here.
should see what Pamela wore. She was wearing like a little tiny top. It was barely covering her chest. She had like stretch pants, no panties. She was all over me. I made out with her. Ask Robin.
It's true.
Yeah.
I said to her, hey, would you act with me? We did a scene together. And then it was like, called for like some making out and stuff. And she was making out with me.
Oh, you're so funny.
I swear.
No, she
I
came
swear
over
to
there
God.
and they were doing a love scene.
I swear on my life.
Oh.
I swear on your life. I swear on that black guy's life.
Oh.
Did they ever figure out who the black guy was?
I don't know.
You didn't check into it?
No. No, they
You
said
should have done like a weekend at Bernie's Baywatch. You should have done like you should have taken the black guy on
I'm surprised
set.
they didn't. I'm surprised they
Yeah,
didn't.
like why don't they just incorporate
Don't
it?
they use everything?
Yeah, they use midgets. Why don't they use bloated dead black guys?
Everything they find at the beach?
Imagine that, like Nicole and Pamela Anderson find a dead black guy and stuff, and they're like freaking out because
I think that would have been a great episode.
Hey, let me write this. We're very
Go
quick at
ahead.
this. So all of a sudden, like they're freaking out because they realize everyone's going to blame them because they're lifeguards and they're supposed to be watching.
Yeah, how
So-
did this black guy drown on our beach?
Right. So in other words, they feel responsible. And Mitch, they see Mitch coming with that black police officer that he hangs around
Oh,
with.
and then a whole bunch of black people can come down and complain because you
Well,
won't
you're
say
jumping
black
ahead.
people.
Getting too deep
Well, you're
about
jumping
it.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
So they're real nervous and everything. So Pam and Nicole, quickly prop the guy up and like put a beachcomber hat on him.
I think we already did this episode.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You did a weekend at Bernie's?
No.
Yeah.
See, mine is better. They have a bunch of black people come to the beach and they're protesting because they won't save black people.
Right.
So then they have to go and make a special effort. Black people are just swimming. They go save them.
I don't know. I just think like
And Pam's freaking out. She goes, what? First, Pam doesn't even realize that he's dead because like, she's dumber than Nicole. So she goes like this. She goes,
She's having a conversation.
Nicole's the smart one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Listen. I don't insult my guests. I just look at them. If you weren't here, yeah, if Pam was here, she'd be the smart one. All right. So you're the smart one. You have to explain everything to Pam. So Pam says, oh, wow, look at this guy. He's got a really good tan. And you go, no, he's black. And she goes, what? You're kidding me. Duh.
How'd he get on our beach?
Yeah. How did a black guy get on the beach? Well, like, black people don't need to go to the beach. They already have tans. So then you guys, like, take him to a party, and you're partying with them. And
the
like,
dead guy.
Yeah, the dead guy. And you prop him up.
Because you can't let anybody know you guys didn't save him.
Or else the NAACP will come down there and slap you guys into a whole, a whole court case.
Okay.
Do you dig it?
And do you think there's any way for David Hasselhoff to save this guy, bring him back to life?
Yeah.
Well, he does.
I do.
David Hasselhoff does open heart surgery on him. What's the matter?
This is probably one of our listeners being goofy, but somebody called and said that she's dating Bret Michaels.
Oh, from Poison?
Hearing about this.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Probably a bad rumor.
Oh, you are dating him?
No, I've never met him.
Oh. Well, that's how they got to screw up.
Brett.
Who are you dating? That same guy?
Somebody. No, not him guy.
I knew that guy wouldn't last.
No, he didn't last.
That's the guy she was fighting over in a club.
That's the guy you...
Which I'm still dealing with.
Really? Nicole... Well, by the way, Nicole's in a new movie. I should mention the name of the movie first. We'll get into what the movie's about and everything. Because you play a stripper and junk. Which is cool. Are you naked in it?
Not completely. There's only one strip scene in the movie. She only lays a stripper for a short while.
How long are you on screen naked, would you say?
I don't know.
A total of...
We haven't filmed it.
You haven't filmed the movie yet?
Mm-mm.
What are you doing here?
We'll start Saturday.
I thought you were promoting the movie.
Sure, I will.
Oh.
I start Saturday.
Oh.
So she's promoting doing the movie.
Oh, you're promoting doing the movie?
Sure.
You're the first person I ever met who promoted doing a movie.
No.
Yes, you are.
No. They just came and said, I did your show last time I was
I love when you do the show.
Mm-hmm.
You are so cute. God. Your teeth. Did you have braces when you were
little?
Wow. I have such bad genetics.
Did you go I went every 6 months. My mother took me to the dentist.
Really?
Had me in that chair every 6 months.
Every dentist my mother took me to said, your son has horribly deformed teeth, like they're all crooked and gnarled and everything because of the Stern genetics. I'm like so ugly. And this guy, we would go to all these different dentists, and they said, look, your son needs braces. And my mother goes, no, he doesn't.
Why would she say no?
Because my mother is into like everything natural. And that people place too much...
growing on top of each other.
People place too much on beauty.
Right.
And, like, that doesn't matter. And so what if your teeth are crooked? Like, my mother's a real kook. She's a genuine, real kook.
But nobody ever explained to her that in terms of hygiene and your ability to...
They explained to her, but she wouldn't hear it. And my mother was real whacked out. She believed in natural. So if we went to a dentist, I had to be drilled without Novocaine.
Right, I remember that.
No.
That was crazy.
I would sit in a chair, and I had a lot of cavities.
Why do people do that?
Because my mother's nuts. Why would my mother leave me in a black neighborhood, the only white kid my whole life, and not have any friends?
Why would the doctors go along with it? Just tell your mother to leave and shoot you up.
Yeah, right. Well, listen to this.
I know.
So finally, my mother finds a dentist that she goes to, and he says, your son doesn't need braces. So she goes, you see?
She loves him.
Yeah, so I have all these crooked teeth. And so my mother would then, like, take tons of aspirin and pop tomato juice and aspirin before she had to get drilled. Because I had to be natural. She'd bring a Tupperware of tomato juice and down a bunch of aspirin.
What does the tomato juice do?
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is her thing. And she was taking all these pills and everything to numb her up for the dentist. I get in the chair, and the guy goes...
She is taking something.
Yo, she took stuff. I couldn't take anything.
Oh, my God.
And can you imagine getting your teeth drilled with no Novocaine? And I'm talking about deep, like, kid cavities.
See, I've never had a cavity.
Wow.
Nothing.
Well, I had a lot.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
She was nuts. And I was trapped.
That was frightening when you were a kid, when you did have painkillers.
Yeah, I go to the dentist now and get drilled, and it's no big deal.
Because you get Novocaine.
Dr. Kaufman gives me the Novocaine. The guy's I've never had pain since I went to this guy.
That's amazing.
I won't even show you how crooked my bottom teeth are. I just don't show them to people. Let me see. Oh, no, those are not crooked. I pray for teeth like that.
They're really bad?
Yeah, I don't want you to see because I want you to think I'm somewhat handsome because maybe you want to do stuff to me.
Okay.
You know, at some point when my wife dies, when she's very ill. So You're starting to film this movie, and this is your entree into this serious filmmaking.
Are you filming in New York?
She had to get out of Baywatch. I still don't understand that.
What have you been doing since?
And how are you making money?
I just finished a movie for Showtime.
Do guys ever pay you just to be with you? Like, I don't mean like horse stuff, but...
No, just to go out with you or have you come over.
Because I'll give you $500 right now to date me today. I mean, just be my escort.
What do you think? I'm like hard up for money? No.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you hard up for money? I don't know. Are you rich or something?
No.
Did you grow up rich?
Fine.
What's your father do?
No. My
well, she worked all her life. I told you, I just saw her in Rich and Famous. And
my friends just saw Fantasy Island recently.
Oh, you were on that?
They were calling, I can't believe you did this show.
Oh, that's funny. Were you on with that Hervé Villachez?
Taller than me.
He was dating her in this.
You were taller than you. Yeah, you're pretty short.
That was like a big thing when I was, 9.
How tall are you?
5'3".
That's perfect height for me. Because I'm 6'5". I like him like that.
But she's been working a long time, so you must have socked away some money, and you had that Charles in Charge money.
I had Charles in Charge. I did,
Who you dating?
A guy named Nick.
Oh, Nick Savales?
No.
Tori's boyfriend?
No. I know Nick Savales. No.
You're not dating him?
No.
All these guys get all these good-looking girls.
They don't work. They just get the girls.
I don't know what he does.
No.
What's your boyfriend do? And who's that guy you got beat up over? What happened with him?
Yeah, he was so great that you're fighting. And
No, I wasn't fighting over
So Nicole
him.
goes to a bar one night, and she's famous as can be because she's on Baywatch. And everyone knows her.
No, this girl's always, had a problem with me. She's the one, really wasn't him. But she just came up to me. He wasn't even there. He was in Europe. And she just wanted to start,
So she started in with you?
Yeah.
And you guys got into a fist fight?
Kind of.
Over this guy, that model dude, right?
Yeah.
You really go for good-looking guys, huh?
No.
Model dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with you that you go for good-looking guys?
Right?
No, I mean, of course, my wife is very beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I keep it in my pants. So, you should make a movie about that incident. You should go to a bar, get into a fight with that girl. I'd pay to see that.
So how do you say you're still in trouble with this? Are you still in court?
Still in court with this.
What's the big deal? No one got hurt.
She says she did.
Oh, she says she did.
She has big medical bills.
But oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, hey, she started it.
Mm-hmm. We both have witnesses. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And so you got to all pay lawyers and stuff. And how much has your legal bills been? Are you over $100,000 yet on this? No?
No.
What, are you dating a lawyer?
No. No.
Lawyers love this, by the way. They'll sit and empathize with you and go, oh, this is terrible, it's ridiculous, it's frivolous, but they never get rid of it. They can't get rid of it.
No, it's been a year.
So what do they want? You want to settle with you because you got some dough? Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
But you're saying, hey, I don't want to settle because it's like admitting some kind of guilt.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to because these lawyers squeeze you.
Get away from you.
That's why the Republicans. I'll tell you something, man. That Newt Gingrich, I got nothing against him. That whole tort reform thing and what he's heading up, I think it's great.
I don't know if they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I know. They should just make the other side pay.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so great if they would do that. Imagine someone takes you to court. And you, okay, fine.
Oh, I know.
And if you win the case, the other person the lawyer has to pay your legal bills.
Oh, I wish it would.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
So, that guy, that model you were dating, and you were so in love with him when you were here the last time, what happened? You fell out of love with him? Was he cheating on you?
No, he wasn't cheating on me.
I wouldn't cheat on you.
You would have?
I wouldn't have.
Oh, thank you. No.
What happened? You got your breast implants out and then he didn't want to date you anymore?
He went with the breast implants.
Didn't he tell you to take your breast implants out?
No, he didn't,
I thought he'd encourage you to do that. That's a cool thing to do with a really good-looking girl.
Oh, honey, you don't need that.
Honey, you don't need breast implants.
Oh, please.
That's what when my wife says, you think I need a breast implant? I go, absolutely not. I would never want you to risk cancer for me. And meanwhile, I'm dying for her to get them.
Jessica Lange says that. Even Sam Shepard tells her, honey, you don't need a facelift.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Jessica, get the facelift. Sam's just being like a cool guy. Grab that facelift. Lift everything. She's another one who wants to be a serious actress, Jessica Lange. The best movie she ever did was that King Kong, where she stood there almost naked in Kong's palm. I still watch that damn movie. Freeze frame it.
You love that movie.
You're damn right. As long as I don't think about what she looks like now. Let me tell you something. Movies are about sensuality. Let me explain to you what movies are, because now you're about to enter the field of movies.
Okay.
Movies are what people want life to be, not what it is. Reality has nothing to do with movies. Right. You have to leave a movie thinking, wow, that's cool.
Why do you think Demi Moore gets $12 million of film?
Exactly.
No, I know.
Because she's willing to roll around on the bed in her panties.
In makeup.
Right.
She never takes off that makeup.
Right. And she's got the breast implants. Listen, young lady, you go get those breast implants back.
Oh, I don't need them.
You really don't need them. What are you, about a B right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are fine. That's enough for me. It's more than enough for me.
Yep.
Hey-oh. Hey now. You like those, Jackie Puffett?
Oh, my God.
Come here, baby.
So why'd you dump that guy? So why did you... La leche. He wants to breastfeed. Stop it, Jackie Puffett. So what? So why'd you dump that guy? Was he shallower than David Hasselhoff?
No. We were just... We went out for 3 years. You know, we were living together. And I
man, what's it like to live with? What's it like to live with you? Do you greet your man in like panties and bras sometimes at the door, or just naked, or like in lingerie? Do you ever go to like? Do you ever go to that? What's that place you buy the lingerie?
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret. You ever greet guys in like garters and stuff like that at the door, or you not? You don't?
No.
That's beneath you.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, I'd make you do it.
How old is she? She was living with a guy for 3 years.
I'm 23.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But, you know.
You must have come from a bad family.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
When did you move away from home?
Pretty young.
15?
I don't really remember.
Yeah, so she didn't come from a bad family.
She didn't have time to be with him.
No. I have a great family. I have a wonderful family.
Something happened there.
No.
How old were you when you moved out?
I bought my first house when I was 16.
Wow.
You know, I was just thinking about it. I was yelling at my daughter who's 12 yesterday. She's going to be 16 in 3 years or so, 4 years.
Yeah.
And she could be moving.
No, she's not allowed to do that. That's why I won't let my kids go into show business. So, like, you moved out of your house when you were 6. You bought your first house when you were 16.
Mm-hmm.
Went to college for 10 minutes, probably, right?
No, I didn't
you didn't even bother. Smart.
Did you finish high school?
Yeah.
You did?
I finished high school.
How old were you when you first had sex? Like, what? I'll guess 14.
No. I was...
15.
I would say 17 or 18.
Were you? Or was it with Scott Baio?
Did you have pubes when you bought that house?
Jackie Puffett.
Yeah, had you reached puberty when you bought that house?
Yes.
You did?
Did you leave curly little friends in the bathtub?
No.
Hey. So who was your first boyfriend, Ron Zimmerman?
No, just some guy.
Some guy.
Just some guy?
Just some guy.
And you made love to him? And you gave your virginity to him?
Oh, God, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yes, you do.
No.
Makes me horny.
Was he an older guy?
Not really. I mean, every guy I've gone out with is older, but he's, only by a couple of years.
Looking for a father figure?
No. No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Not that much older, just a little bit.
Ever get on with a girl?
No.
Oh, yeah, right.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Never even kissed a girl?
Nope.
Never had a hairbrush incident?
A hairbrush.
And you and your girlfriends had a slumber party, and there was a hairbrush in the room, and all the girls were commenting on what the hairbrush kind of looked like, and then everyone just started playing with the hairbrush in front of each other?
I think that was your party.
I don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that. It sounds like a story that you're relating to a little bit.
I'll put on a wig and you can pretend I'm a bud.
So at 16, living in this house
I was
alone.
doing around then. Some lucky guy. You probably smelled fresh then.
Hey, she smells plenty fresh. You are disgusting.
Yeah.
You
At 16, living in the house alone. What'd you do?
You were living in the house alone at 16?
No, my mom was like my best friend. My mom hung out with me all the time.
And where was your dad?
My dad works.
Oh.
Works.
So you bought the house and your parents moved in with you?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh. You bought the house and your parents lived there?
But your mom would come over.
My mom would come over and hang out with me.
Isn't that wild?
My parents got divorced.
Oh, they did? Broken home. I knew it. I knew there was a problem there. Looking for a father figure.
No.
I'm telling you.
I do. I get along. It's better this way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The old lady fool around?
No.
Does she look like you?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That hot, huh?
My mom's beautiful.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You got any sisters?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hey-yo.
Yes.
Yeah, your parents should be forced to mate every year and produce another girl. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Super race.
A super race.
Super race.
Uber race.
There you go, breeding again.
Uber broads. So, Nicole, our guest, by the way, is Nicole Eggert. She left Baywatch because she was like, it was a hassle.
It was beneath her. She was more substantial.
Yeah.
Too much money.
Too much money, too much fame. Actually, not enough money.
You went for more money and they wouldn't give it to you?
No.
You didn't?
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
they don't want to pay what they should pay.
I swear to God, I will never forget you laying on that chaise lounge in that bikini, because the ghost was having sex with you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You should see we were doing that. Is at this, you know, this hotel in San Diego, and there's like 100 or 200 like 60-year-old people.
That's nothing. Guess what?
Watching.
I got videotape of a guy who was in the bushes. Videotaped what was going on the set with you in rehearsal and everything. I got a bootleg of it. I've got like a half hour of you writhing around on that leg.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that doing it was embarrassing because there's all.
Yeah, and I felt like I was on the set.
You're serious?
Yeah, I got a bootleg of it. Because people evidently stand around on the beach and there's videotape.
We weren't on the beach. See, that's
No, you were on a chaise lounge, but it was wide open. Yeah, by a pool, and Pamela Anderson is walking around.
No, you have
Yes,
no idea.
I'm telling you. Did we watch that tape back there?
I didn't see that.
Nobody sees
to know what you're
And Nicole is writhing. Gary, come on.
I know that was not because it was sent to us by a listener. I opened the mail first.
And there was all those girls.
Oh, you mean somebody was videotaping?
Yeah, a bootleg. Hiding in the bushes. What? I know, but it's cool. You're writhing around for like a half hour on there, and like people are telling you what to do, and then like between takes and stuff, you're like put a robe over it or something over yourself, so people.
Over it?
Well,
over it, yeah. What's it?
All over your golden triangle, over your love.
Any toilet shots?
Oh my God.
No, they didn't follow her into the toilet. I was hoping. What'd you say?
I want to buy a copy of that.
This is how sick it is, like guys hanging around with their video cameras in the bushes. Imagine some guy squatting down in the bushes.
The sick part,
how sick is that?
The sick part was you and I watched it, then we rewound it and watched it again.
Yeah, hey, as long as I'm there, I'm going to watch it.
Shaving video.
Well, people videotape it.
Yeah, right.
I think, you know, they don't close it off. You know, everybody's watching.
Right, obviously
so
not a secure set.
Yeah. No, they're allowed to videotape it.
So this guy you're dating now, can he do anything for you? Career-wise? I mean, is he like a player?
What does he do?
No.
Is he involved with the new Steven Spielberg, David Geffen,
collaboration?
Jeffrey Katzenberg collaboration?
No.
So what are you doing with him? Yeah, he must be doing something. Who is he?
Is he rich?
Is he a rich guy? Yes, he is. He's a rich guy,
I
isn't
don't
he?
know about this.
Is he a Jew?
Is he a Jew?
Is he Jewish?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll see.
So he's rich.
Jewish.
Get money.
He's in the media.
Is it Robert Shapiro, the power attorney?
Yes.
It is. You better not be. Or I'm not letting you leave here.
No.
Well, anyway, so you're in town. You're working on. When are you going to start filming this movie?
Saturday.
All right.
In jail.
Now, what is it about?
It starts out with this girl who's like in jail, and she's tried to kill herself.
And what are you wearing in jail?
A robe.
Just a robe in jail?
Nothing. You're going to get off on or anything.
Jesus. Well, who wants to see that? First opening scene, you should grab
like
people.
Girls in jail. Come on.
Is there any jail rape? Do any of the guards like hold you down and do stuff to you?
No, to me. No.
You're in jail the way you look, and nobody's doing anything to you. Oh, come on. What kind of fantasy is this?
Well, maybe that happens. We don't know.
Oh, you mean they wrote that in?
Anybody any ideas?
Wait, they wrote that in, but you said I won't do that?
No. Well, the judge should therapy.
What?
The judge should rape you.
The judge.
We're in a cavity search shot.
No.
Cavity search.
Hey, that's good, cavity search.
You want a mini-series?
What do you...
Bend over.
Wait a second.
That's horrible.
How do you get arrested? Like, what for being
Do you start out in jail? We don't even see.
She slits her wrist in a bathroom.
She slits her wrist?
And
that's against the law?
No, they found her.
Did they lock you in jail for that?
No, they found her with, she had the gun that she had just killed somebody with.
Oh.
So it's
I bet you when you're like found in the bathroom, you're all slutty and everything, right?
Slutty?
Yeah, like you're wearing a really tight dress.
No.
I'd do you after your suicide. How terrible. Let me check you for breast cancer.
You know, I learned how to check people for breast cancer yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Certified.
Yeah. I swear I did.
Okay.
I checked 2 women for breast cancer. Did a pap smear, the whole thing. When was the last time you were checked for breast cancer?
I go for all my checkups at all my doctors.
Really?
All the time.
Check it with my teeth.
Shut up.
Sick puppet.
How do you deal with that?
I don't deal with it.
I can fire him so I don't have to deal with it. All right, so anyway, you...
Now, why did she pick this part?
What?
Why did you take this part?
Because I liked it. I wasn't working, for a while because everything was like, the TNA.
Baywatch, yeah.
People go for that.
Right.
Even though you just said you left because you want to get away from it, they still
offer it to you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of putting you in my movie.
In your movie?
Yeah.
Oh, what would I have to do?
Already.
We have to check you for hemorrhoids.
In the movie, I'm a doctor. I'm a hemorrhoid doctor. I'm doing a movie based on the life of that hemorrhoid doctor who went to jail.
Oh, MD Tush.
Yeah, MD Tush. I bought the rights to his life. You ever read about that MD Tush guy?
No.
He had this whole big laser surgery practice. He had like 20 doctors working for him and everything. Yeah, but evidently, he was making so much money, he was too busy to actually do the surgery. And yeah, a lot of people having trouble with their butts afterwards. And I was fascinated by this story and realized I could make this into a feature film. And I'm almost, we almost have the financing. And you could play the nurse. Or you could play a patient who comes to me for hemorrhoid surgery.
Yeah, you could read his ad on the subway and then go look him up.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's called Forrest Dumper, MD. It's unbelievable. So if you want to, and it's not sexual, the part, so, you don't have to wear a thong or anything. Yeah. You just have to be examined.
So who else is in this movie with you? Did you get...
Rosemary Forsythe.
Oh, Rosemary Forsythe.
Who's that? Look at Jackie. You're not in anything. Just to play Chuckles. What? It's a good cast?
Yeah, it's good.
So it's like a legitimate movie.
Yes.
And this is not going to be made for video or anything. This is a
theatrical release?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you never tell till it's over, but...
How long does it take to get you in bed? If I date, let's say you were attracted to me, which I know you're not, but let's say you were.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, you got blinded. And now you're now you're really into me?
Uh-huh.
So, how long do you usually hold out before you, a guy can score with you?
What's your rule?
Yeah, what's the,
I don't have a rule.
Have you ever slept with a guy on a first date?
No.
Liar.
No.
Second date?
No. You know what? I've never really, gone on a date with somebody that I just met and, had a relationship with them.
Oh, it's usually some show business type who's hanging around?
No, it's usually somebody that I meet or hang out with or a friend or something.
Like at a bar or something? Like at a club?
No.
What you're saying is she's friends first.
Yeah, or there's a mutual friend or something like that. I mean, it's not intentional. It's just always
all right, don't yell at me about it. Jesus. Come on, man. I'm just trying to find out.
I don't know.
Can I smell your belly button?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I really don't want
it. Out.
Yeah,
You
slipped
didn't
out.
mean that.
So how long did you wait before, after you broke up with your last boyfriend, how long did you wait before you started dating your new boyfriend?
A couple months.
And then the new boyfriend had to wait a few weeks before he got you into the sack?
No, we were hanging out. We were friends, and then it just happened, I guess.
And when he leaned over and started kissing you and stuff?
I can't believe we're talking about.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I just can't believe we're
talking about
that.
I just want to know.
He's more nosy than a girl.
What about all the other junk we talked about?
Did he wear rubber?
Oh, my God. Of course.
Are you worried about it? Yeah, you got to worry about AIDS.
Yeah, do you get checked?
Do you get these guys checked out first?
Do I get them checked out?
Yeah, why don't you send them to your doctor and make sure they don't have the AIDS?
Yeah, make them take tests.
Yeah, how do you know they don't? A lot of these guys
how do you know that they didn't?
Because a lot of these guys who you sleep with are really good-looking guys who probably get a lot of different partners.
Do you know their past history? Do you make them tell you everybody they've been with?
No.
You should date married guys who have been with one woman for 20 years who couldn't possibly have anything.
Why?
Who is he lobbying for?
Guys like me. Don't you get it?
No.
I'm wearing a rubber just in case you need me during the commercial.
Okay, right there.
Give us splinters.
So you. Well, anyway.
You stick that tongue out, I'll suck it out of your skull. You keep sticking the tongue out.
I know, me too.
You're killing me.
You do that on purpose?
No, I laugh. I stick my tongue out.
Oh, is that killer? You know what you're doing, or you just happens naturally?
No, now that you just said that.
Yeah, right.
So is she going to marry this guy?
Yeah, she thinks so.
No, I'm not.
Excuse me?
Right now she does.
No, I was saying that, my last relationship, I wasn't ready to get married with.
I'm ready to marry you. Man, I'd eat your feet. I swear to God.
You mean literally?
Literally. I live on your feet. I tell you.
They're not very big.
Can I see your feet?
I have shoes on.
Oh, you don't? Oh, all right. Well, anyway, next time you come in here, could you just wear something better?
Like what?
Like a little mini dress and a bippy shirt, like one of those that show your stomach off.
Uh-huh.
And just a little tube top.
This whole outfit.
Yeah. Can you come in tomorrow with that outfit? No.
No.
All right. Well, Nicole Eggert is in town shooting a movie titled Melissa. I'll probably be stopping by on the set later today.
Oh, you're going to hang out?
I just want, when are you doing the exotic dancing scenes?
Not for a while.
Yeah, give me a call, will you? I want to supervise.
Where's your boyfriend while you're shooting? He's away. He's not
He's
here.
at home. Yeah, in L.A.
Oh, yes?
He's going to be lonely.
Yeah. You want me to come over tonight?
No.
You're not attracted to me at all?
Oh.
All right, I understand. Can't you tie up the bottom of your T-shirt? Like, how come you don't, like, take your T-shirt and, like, you know how girls, like, tie them off?
Put it in a little knot.
Yeah, how come you don't do that with that?
How come you don't do that with your shirt?
I would do that. You wouldn't want to see what I have, though. Like this. You know how girls go like...
Yeah. In the summer, you know, you're walking on the beach and you have your shirt tied up.
Yeah.
No.
This is how I walk around. Look. Do this.
Exactly.
Tie your shirt like mine. Let me just see how it looks.
I didn't shave my chest today.
Yeah, come on. Look. Isn't that cute? Robin, look.
Yeah, that's very cute, Howard. You should keep that look.
There you go.
Isn't that cute?
Isn't he turning you on now?
Am I turning you on?
Oh, yeah.
Hairy belly.
Look at the puppet. He likes it. You know how girls do that. Do that.
No, I don't want to do
Oh, come on, please. Just do that.
Why?
Because it would be good.
No, look how high the neck is.
Yeah, all right.
Can we wet your T-shirt?
What?
Can we wet your T-shirt and get you ready for the movie?
Can we wet down your T-shirt?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Nicole actually has some dignity.
Oh.
Last time we want to see from her.
I need a tissue. Never mind the dignity.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, my God.
Idiot puppet.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you see, you're still a sex symbol.
Stupid piece of wood.
The piece of wood loves you.
Are there any Nicole Eggert dummies? Let's ride her till she's sawdust.
Wow, he likes you. You must get that from a lot of puppets.
Can I touch your shoulder?
No.
Hey, what about that? Can all the guys touch your shoulder?
What do you mean, can they all touch my shoulder?
Can we just touch your shoulder?
What, are you going to walk by and touch your shoulder?
Yeah, before you leave. Can we
touch my shoulder?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, you may.
I can? Oh, thanks. Can I do it right now?
I think you could have gotten more.
Wow.
My shoulder.
That felt good. Jackie, touch your shoulder. She said it's okay.
It's all right?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Oh, you guys are so stupid.
You guys are
stupid.
That's unbelievable.
Can the dummy touch your shoulder?
No, the dummy is
Go ahead. Let the dummy touch your shoulder.
No, let the dummy takes advantage.
No.
Dummy has no scruples. Dummy's crazy.
Yeah, put the puppet away. What's the matter with you? All right, very good. The puppet.
I don't see so good.
The puppet took his head and tried to diving into Nicole's lap.
I don't see so good.
All right, very good. Listen, Nicole, this proves one thing: that even though you're trying to get rid of the sex symbol image,
I'm not trying
very
to get
difficult.
rid of anything.
Very difficult.
I'm cockeyed. I flunked anatomy.
That was not her shoulder.
Yeah, her shoulder's not down there.
And that wasn't even your hand. All right, listen, Nicole Eggert is in town. Of course, we know her from Baywatch, Charles in Charge. You know, when she was a kid, she had to do all that crap. Now she's like an adult.
She's grown up.
So she wants to, get into, like, legitimate films. So she's working on her first feature. I mean, like, major feature where you're starring, right?
No.
Oh.
You're not starring?
Yeah, but it's not my first one. I mean, I did some other,
No.
ones I don't want to talk about.
All right. And, yeah, so she's in town shooting something called Melissa. When it comes out, come see us and wear something better.
Something better.
In fact, we'll go see the movie and we'll...
Or I could wear the outfit that I strip in.
Get slow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, come on. Don't be uptight about it.
I'm not.
You're a good-looking woman. There's no reason. Why should we waste it?
Nice and easy does it.
Yeah.
Strip slow.
All right, so we want to thank Nicole Eggert.
Yeah, it's good to see her again.
It's always good to see you. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
Is her voice always been that squeaky?
Who?
My voice
The
is
puppet?
weird.
Your voice is weird?
Yeah, my voice changes a lot.
I like
You
it.
sounded like that before.
Yeah, I know.
What are you saying? You don't like her voice?
No, I think it's cute. It just didn't sound like the same. I didn't know if it was just like
I was a little
something's
sick,
wrong.
too, so.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was.
I was going to make out with you, so forget it. Next time. Want to hug me goodbye?
Sure.
Really?
Sure.
Really?
Can you movie do lesbian stuff, please?
He's disgusting.
Look, tonight I'll be outside your window.
A man puppet. Stalking
Cookie puppet. All right, maybe you better not hug me goodbye. I don't want to hug you goodbye. I don't want to be like all the other guys.
You're safe.
I might not be able to. I can hug you and like give you a friendly hug, right?
You gave me a hug last time.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
What did I do? Did I try to rub up against
you?
you?
Very nice.
See, this time I think I might rub up against you.
Okay, then we won't.
Yeah, all right. I'll pass.
He doesn't want to rub.
No.
Yeah, she wants to be rubbed up against some stupid disc jockey. She wants Nick Savala's.
Stop saying it. Don't even say that.
Didn't tell us what Nick does.
Who, Nick Savala's?
No, Nick, her boyfriend.
What's Nick do? Your boyfriend? Race car driver?
No.
What?
I don't know. He
Come on, just tell me.
No, I'm serious. I don't. He does.
You don't know what he does?
He owns restaurants and nightclubs and runs.
Oh, so he inherits.
Like that.
I know what he does.
He's a lot in the music. You know, he loves to
He loves music?
be involved with producing music.
So he produces records?
Kind of.
Nick,
He's very
the
young.
Jewish record producer?
He's 21.
Oh, he is?
Mhm.
Wow.
And he's got all this money.
Well, that sounds like he inherits
Yeah,
for a
really.
living. Rich, spoiled kid.
No.
Daddy who's giving him everything.
Bastard.
Take an ugly guy like me who made it on his own. No girls look at me.
Yeah, really.
I've had it.
What does he drive?
A Ford Explorer.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
he's
cool
playing it
thing.
down.
Yeah, he's playing it poor.
No.
All right. Don't date him.
No.
He's not going to hold on. He's not going to treat you right.
He's not?
No, because he's going to dump you eventually because he can get any girl.
Oh.
Yep. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Making a mistake. Go for an ugly guy like me. Ugly married guy.
What a type that respects a girl.
Right.
You touch her and you lose your juice.
You don't even know what he looks like. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Something about the Jews.
You touch her and you lose your juice.
You want a guy who touches and explodes on impact.
How do you know?
Believe me, I'm that guy. All right, I got to take a break. I want to thank Nicole Eggert.
Thank you, guys.
Got us all charged up.
Tonight in your hotel, when you eat the mint that's on your pillow, what do you think of me?
No. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back with more show right after these.
This is Al Michaels. Lest anybody think this is a farcical show, a fake performance. This is the real Howard Stern.
Yo, look out! Yo, sing it, OJ. Yo, thank you, Al Michaels. Speaking of Al Michaels,
Look out!
Al Michaels, friend of the show. We really dig when he comes on because he's just so incredibly great. He's just like one of the best guests. And I was reading this. Somebody sent me a copy of the Buffalo, New York newspaper. It's called Buffalo News. That's like the big paper there. And the sports guy. I guess if you're a sports writer in Buffalo, you're not exactly at the top of your game. This guy, Larry Felser, actually writes an open editorial against Al Michaels coming on our show. Because Al's a very close friend of OJ's, and
so
Al's a fair weather friend.
He's still visiting OJ.
No, OJ's a double murderer. It's okay to be a fair weather friend.
No, he's continued to visit OJ, but he doesn't have to choose sides, does he?
Yeah. So, this idea that you should defend OJ if you're... Well, listen to this guy's whole thing. Al Michaels displays sadly sophomoric side. It's one of those opinionated days. I don't care. It's like one of these Larry King columns,
where he's just going to spout off.
Yeah. And by the way, Larry, this is a comedy show. Just keep that in mind, okay? Al's in the spirit of it.
But the other thing is, what is not sophomoric about spending your whole life revolving around sports?
Yeah, well. Yeah, Larry Felser, a grown, obviously a guy who looks like he's well into his 50s, still writing about guys hitting balls.
Yeah.
Nothing sophomoric going on there. I don't care how many Emmys he has won or how distinguished his broadcasting career has been. Al Michaels disgraced himself last week when he appeared on Howard Stern's interview show on the E! Network. As Stern made the most disgusting, of course, Larry Felser watching it, as Stern made the most disgusting, lewd comments about Nicole Simpson, a woman 4 months in the grave, Michaels smirked, snickered, and conducted himself like a college sophomore. Michaels, I'm sure that my commentary was very, very serious, and I haven't probably been one of the earliest Nicole Simpson supporters in all of this and have come out against the O.J. Where's Larry Felser's column about how guilty O.J. is? Oh, this is the Buffalo newspaper. You know, in Buffalo, they all love O.J.
Right.
Larry, where's your
a hero there?
Yeah, where is it? Why do I see nothing about what O.J. did? Never mind what Al Michaels did. What about what O.J.
You are a horrible criminal.
Yeah. I don't get to read Larry Felser's column, but I would guess he hasn't written too many stinging articles about the guilt of O.J. Oh, I'm waiting to see the evidence. Yeah, good. I like people who go, like I see a lot of black guys on the news. You know, they now do interview black guys on the news and say, let's see what the African-American population thinks. And black guys will come on and go, I'm waiting to see the whole evidence. That was a quote last night. It's a tough case to figure out. Yeah, that's right. The racist cop and Nicole and Faye Resnick were all in a big drug ring together. And they were about to take over Beverly Hills drug smuggling operation.
It's very funny because Mike Walker was on the E! channel yesterday, and he said, you know, the defense is claiming that it was Faye Resnick's drug connections that caused this whole thing. Well, O.J. was a big drug taker, too. How come his drug connections aren't the problem?
Yeah. Michaels was a TV colleague of O.J. Simpson and was a social friend of both O.J. and Nicole. What does that got to do with anything?
And, what that means.
Well, I guess you shouldn't be a fair weather friend.
Dinner with somebody, what?
Yeah. You shouldn't be a fair weather friend. If your friend commits a double murder, you should stick by him.
That's right. He's the same guy.
Yeah.
You had dinner with.
We should all be ridiculing O.J. Larry, so successful up in Buffalo. Michaels is an admitted fan of Stern, so he knew it wasn't going to be the same thing as being interviewed by Charlie Rose on PBS. What could be Michaels' excuse? That it's the 90s and anything goes? That there's no such thing as bad taste? Maybe Al didn't think it was in bad taste. That it's now okay to bring more pain to a bereaved family? Larry, you're bringing pain to the bereaved family. Every day goes by that you don't write an article about how guilty O.J. is. I'll bet you the Brown family appreciates everything I say. I'll bet you a lot of money on that.
What difference does it make, though? You still have a right to say whatever you want to say.
I'm trying to make some money.
Oh.
I'm betting. Yeah, and Al Michaels is a bad man because I said something. Guilt by association. What are you saying, Al, that it doesn't count because it's on cable? You're a great broadcaster, but childish judgment.
I don't even understand what he's upset about.
He doesn't either. That's why he's in Buffalo. There's no clear opinion on this. He seems to be upset about comments I made while Al Michaels was sitting there. That I was doing
Sounds
jokes.
like he's jealous and would have liked to have been in Al's seat.
Yeah.
He thinks he would have handled it a different way.
Well, he's in Buffalo. His brain is cold. You know, it's probably a big chill in the air.
Maybe his brain is on ice. He's not even using it.
Here's Kathy Lee Gifford kind of saying something about me. Did you read this?
I heard about this.
Yeah. She says, I find myself, she says, well, you know, Kathy Lee tells little stories about her kids and all that stuff, and Frank and everything. And, of course, she does because, quite frankly, has nothing else going on that you'd want to hear about.
Well, she's fascinated with her life, and she thinks everyone else is, too.
Right. And evidently they are. I mean, people do watch that show.
People love her life.
Right. Even though it's warped beyond reality. I mean, that Christmas special of hers, the Kathy Lee Gifford Christmas special, might have been the sickest thing I've ever seen. I mean, if I put my family through that, they tell me that I should have my kids taken away from me.
My favorite Kathy Lee story is the one of Cody and 6 of his friends going to a Broadway play and them not being able to stay because Cody wouldn't stay in his seat.
Yeah. Because Cody's so spoiled rotten by Mommy, who sits there and bronzes every bowel movement of his.
Right. He's totally out of control.
Yeah. This is Cody's shoes, and this is his last BM. So, anyway, she says, I find myself, and by the way, you don't have to believe any of this, what she's saying. But she says she's much more hesitant to share most of her stories and, her intimate secrets with her audience because she says, I'm much more hesitant to share my most precious possessions with scum of the earth.
She's such a sweet lady.
Yeah, listen to this. She's tired of telling a really sweet story on live only to hear it dissed by cheap shot radio jocks. I think that's me.
Who else is she listening to? She lives here in New York.
I think she's about one step away from mentioning my name in these articles. Right now, her philosophy probably is, I'm not going to mention him because I'll make him famous. I'm sorry, putting your kid on TV and reading Bible stories from Reverend Billy Graham and watching the kid sit there and fog out and look like he's in pain.
Even the one where, she was doing that concert at, Carnegie Hall or someplace, and she dragged Cody out to introduce her.
Yeah, I mean, get over that. And then the other kid she takes and says, well, that kid has to remain private because it's ruined Cody being so public. So the other kid gets no attention publicly, which has got to be really warping her out. And Cody's like the kid spokesman.
Right. He's got a house named after him.
Yeah, Cody House.
Thing.
There's a point where if you carry on too much about your kids, I'm all for praising kids and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I didn't get a lot of praise growing up. I got to tell you something.
That's at your home.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it for the whole world.
I mean, naming houses and junk after them might get a little bit heady. They might start to think they're a little more than they really are.
Yeah, they've already accomplished everything, and they've done nothing.
Yeah. I really, I'm sure that she thinks she's like the best mother of the year, of the century.
And that her child is perfect.
Yeah, and I can't wait for that kid to grow up. I hope the kid grows up gay, heroin and crack abuser. Like you see, like every couple of months you read in the Star that he's like in different rehab centers.
Right, again.
Yeah. First he was going to, he was actually going to join Reverend Billy Graham in some evangelical tribute around the country. Yeah, there was some kind of thing about it, but now, evidently, quietly, he's been rushed into rehab.
I'll tell you what it's going to be like. It's going to be Cody starts a singing career that goes absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And then, he goes into gospel music, and that goes nowhere.
And then
he goes into rehab.
And about 40 years old, and Kathy Lee will be real old at this point, and almost feeble. Giff is long gone. And he decides to write a tell-all book.
Yeah.
About how much he hates his mother and it crushes her.
You know what it'll be in the tabloids? The heartbreak of America's former sweetheart, Kathy Lee.
Cody grows up a mess.
Big pictures.
And then the subheading will be, meanwhile, Howard Stern's children all in Harvard. Happily married.
Howard Stern's children save the world.
Yeah, right. Howard Stern's daughter, Emily, finds cure for cancer. Deborah Stern has just found the cure for AIDS. That'll be good.
And they brought peace to the world.
Yeah.
Ashley brings peace to the world.
Ashley Stern negotiates peace for Israel and the world. Cody Gifford has set the Hollywood Hills on fire. Another fire started by Cody Gifford.
Arsonist Cody Gifford.
Yeah. Be great if that's what he turns into.
Goodness.
Child molestation charges were dropped today against Cody Gifford after insufficient evidence was, after a babysitter accused him of, it's like that would be great. I hope he grows up like that.
Kathy Lee Gifford accompanied her son to court today as he faced drunk driving charges.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. It's like Cody gets so outrageous because he hates his parents that he digs up Frank, drags him, the dead body down Hollywood Boulevard so all people can throw stuff at it. Like he turns into this James Dean rebel.
He's got to rebel in a big way.
This is the great man, the great Frank Gifford, Dad of the Year. Look at me! I'm a mess.
Yeah, big, like stubbly growth. And you know what? He turns out he's not even that tall, Cody. He's not even that handsome. He's like a midget. He stops growing at 15. But he's like that kid Adam Rich.
Right.
He's having his legs
stunted.
Yeah.
In every way.
Yeah. Like 9 inches tall. Auctions off Frank Gifford's fingers to buy crack. That'd be great.
He's selling Frank's underwear.
Yeah. Then, like, Cody is out of money because Kathy Lee cuts him off because she doesn't know what else
Finally,
to do.
she's got to do tough love.
Yeah, finally she's brought into a counseling session and has to do tough love, and Cody goes out and marries an 80-year-old actress and then starts dating young male models. That would be cool. You know what I mean? Like,
He's designing furs, too.
Yeah. And he's designing furs. Right. Then he comes on our show to badmouth his mother. Hi, Howard. I married her not because she was 80. I loved her. You know, I took care of her. I washed her hair.
And we consummated it.
Yeah. Twice. I don't believe you, Cody. Yes, we did. We had sex twice. I swear it. And even though the will is being contested, I don't care about money.
I'm not gay. I'm bi.
Right. Yeah, there's a difference, you know. How's your mother, Kathy Lee? I wouldn't know. She's not talking to me. I've disappointed her. I don't care. I'm so bi. Who cares? I'm having the time of my life. I was just in Germany where here's some douche dosh. Some best special soap I brought back from Germany. I am so bi. Ask my wife, Ralph. I'm bi. I like men and boys. Both.
I like men and more men.
Yeah. Cody, how's your sister? She died of an overdose 3 years ago.
Maybe Cassidy's a dyke.
Yeah, she never got any love from my father. That's why I dug him up and dragged him along Hollywood Boulevard. I'm doing a one-man show now. One man showed up to watch. I'm nude in it. Oh, yeah? And what's your sister up to, really? Oh, she's dating Newt Gingrich's sister. Oh, really? Kathy Lee must be really happy. That's right. What are your children doing, Howard? Oh, Emily just won the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, yeah, tell your mother. I hope. But she thinks she's such a damn good parent.
Or that, she knows everything. Cody doesn't watch TV. He watches religious videotapes.
Yeah. We'll see how religious he is. She better keep a close eye on him. Make sure he grows up just fine, because I'm going to be there watching.
Yeah, I heard that you've taken all the fun out of show business for her.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, it's in there, isn't it? The quote that, performing is fun, but celebrity is not fun.
Let's see. I find myself, she says, much more hesitant to share my most precious possessions with scum of the earth. I'm faithful to my husband, pay my taxes on time, have faith in God. Is that why you ruined your first husband's life by writing that book? I'm thrilled to be a mother. I guess that makes me a real threat to society. Call me crazy, but I like going to bed at night knowing that somewhere somebody's life was made better because of mine. How has that been done?
She went to bed.
Yeah, she went to bed.
She stopped talking.
She stopped talking. Our lives are better.
She's not talking or singing when she's sleeping.
Well, what would she expect people to do about her? Her whole career is her talking about her stupid family.
And the little parties she goes to.
Yeah, so, why shouldn't we comment on it?
She is. Why can't we?
Call me crazy, but I like going to bed at night knowing that somewhere somebody's life was made better because of mine. I don't want that to change. Today, the meaner you are, the more you're applauded. That's excruciatingly sick. Somewhere along the way, we lost all our standards. Oh, Sig Heil, honey. Why don't we...
Kathy Lee standards.
Yeah, why don't we just be all as vapid and as unentertaining as you? We'll all sing bad show tunes, and that's how we'll entertain people. Imagine her actually commenting on how other people should entertain people.
Yeah.
This is a woman who barely entertains anybody. Ugh.
Her idea of entertainment was being surprised by Willard Scott on a boat.
Hi, Willard.
Mouth hanging open.
Yeah.
Willard Scott.
What are you doing here? Richard Simmons. Hi. I love this cruise.
Yeah, another guy who does nothing for a living.
Hi.
Another guy who was a weight loss guru, and he's overweight. We're going to help you lose weight. Yeah, well, how about helping yourself, fatso? Flubber ass. I mean, God. Where are your credentials? Oh, I was fat once. I did underwear commercials and I cried. Yeah, well, get your hands off me.
Do them now, you cry again.
Yeah. Oh, man. I used to cry every night. But now I'm happy because I got about $80 million of fat people's money. All desperate to lose weight, so they send me money for pieces of cardboard that they look at the pictures of the food and pretend that that's what they're going to eat. See, you take cardboard and you look at it, and then it tells you what to eat. Meanwhile, some guy's eating every piece of cardboard in there.
You play cards.
Yeah. You see, you get 5 food group cards, and you put them in your packet, and you carry those cards around with you.
And you take them and you flip them from one side to the other, and when all your cards are over here, you're finished for the day.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's 9 a.m., and the guy's flipped all his cards over. Yeah, what am I supposed to
do now?
Yeah.
And you listen to bad versions of 50s songs and sweat.
Yeah. And, excuse me, do you want to buy a tape with sweat in the title? I don't know.
Sweating to the classic.
Yeah, I don't want to think about his sweat. Oh, man. And then the other shtick is calling up 400-pound people.
Oh, well, you know what he's got now? He's added rubber bands to the video. So now he's selling the video and the rubber bands so you can have your own workout gym that you can take with you. Because you can use these rubber bands anywhere.
You could staple them to your face and be Captain Lou Albano, the wrestling guy. Big rubber bands hanging from your head.
See, with these rubber bands, we're going to tone.
Tone. Yeah, we're going to tone. Tone his wallet is right.
I figured another way to rip you off.
Yeah. These are just cards, and you flip them over, and then you'll be thin, and then you have rubber bands.
How's it going today?
Yeah, Richard had that other shtick going.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, I can go be happy all day now. The mock sincerity, I'm going to call 20,000 people. Of course you're going to. What else you got to do?
Tears.
Yeah.
How are you? You're not feeling well today. But it's a lovely day.
Do you know how many of those tapes I sold last year? 6 million. It's like, what? Yeah, that's what I say. I made $40 million, but I spent $20 million on phone calls.
It's so ridiculous. I make so much money.
Actually, he makes $40 million on the tape, spends $20 on phone calls, and $10 on the cardboard. So that's let's see, that's $30. $40 million minus $30 is how much?
Yeah, that's his overhead.
That's his overhead. What's the profit on that?
Hi.
Hi. How you feeling? Did you lose any weight?
Wonder why I'm happy.
All right, I gotta take a break. We'll be back right after this. I wanna get back to the show. I can't be gone that long.
You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
I enjoy the musical beds more than us. Someone ought to get a radio station where they play the music. Play music. It'd be cool just to hear the whole song and not interrupted.
They have those.
They do? Yeah, well, to me, sometimes I want to hear the rest of the song. That would be a really good idea instead of all this talk.
Going to revolutionize radio again?
Yeah. I'm thinking about inventing an all-music format.
All music, no talk.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't hear people like us talking. You would just hear the songs. Anyway, we'll see.
Novel concept.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince some guys to put some money into it.
Maybe the weather once in a while.
All right. That's all.
Time and temperature.
Time and temperature. And the disc jockey doesn't say anything.
Traffic.
All right. Traffic. All right. Seems like a good idea. Nobody listens. Ganji had a good idea for once. He came
Now,
up with this.
This is an earth-shattering announcement you just made.
What we ought to do is, since like all these shows like Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and all of them are so funny with the with the black audience that yells at the white people and vice versa. What I'll do is, one day we'll send some guys up to Harlem. We'll get a black audience of our own. Who can say stuff like, yo, man, what you talking about? Like yell at one of our guests. Like it would have been good with the sex therapist if I had introduced her as someone who claims to be a sex therapist, but a lot of people think she's a hooker.
Right, you're just a hoe.
Yeah, and then we could get people to yell at her.
You get
a
paid
hoe.
for it.
Yeah, you a hoe. Yo, what?
Lousy bitch, she's a hoe. She's a hoe. She a hoe. I hadn't sex with her.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing, like a Jenny Jones kind of thing.
She's lying.
And I'll walk around with the microphone and let the audience ask questions.
Why not?
Working on it.
Those shows are making lots of money.
Yeah. And we'll get some really screwy white people, too, in the audience. Like, from Suffolk County or something.
Way out on Suffolk County.
Way out. Way deep into Suffolk County.
Further upstate.
Get Kenneth Keith in the audience, guys like that.
Yeah, guys with big gaps in their teeth.
Yeah. So that we don't appear racist or anything. We don't want that.
Stringy hair.
Yeah. So we're on in Phoenix now. We're on in a lot of places. There's a lot of places we're not on, but we're on in Phoenix, and
we're sort of dotting the country. We're not spreading across it.
Our entry into the Phoenix market was a little weird because the station in their hot pursuit of ratings ran wacky music for 2 hours before we came on.
Our debut day.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the music they ran?
No, I tried to get them to tell us what it was that day, but they weren't talking.
Mysterious music, they called it.
Yeah.
This is it. They ran this all morning. So I'm sure we had no listeners by the time we had the press conference.
Yeah, why would anybody stay tuned?
All morning they ran this. Did they run it all morning?
Till, let's see, what time did we do the press conference? Like 9:10?
Yeah.
So we got on, till 7:15 in the morning, so from 6 to 7:15.
Can you imagine?
Let it roll for a minute, because there's a woman's voice that's going to come on and start muttering wacky stuff.
Great. This will hold your interest a real long time.
Oh, yeah, this will put you in if something's coming up.
Tune out.
Shut up, you're ready.
Well, if you heard this, you would say, well, the radio station couldn't possibly using this as a new format, so something else is going to happen.
No, most people don't really care, and they tune in a radio station, they hear this, and they just tune out.
Yeah, that's what they play.
Yeah.
I guess Scott didn't pull that for me.
What, the wacky woman?
Yeah, there's a woman that came on and sort of said something like,
why can't he do anything right?
Or something like that.
Why don't you watch what he does?
I can't stand over him all day long.
You told him, get me the person talking.
Absolutely.
And he just doesn't do it.
Actually, I gave it to him 4 days ago. I just remembered to give it to me this morning.
Yeah. Well, you should also have a list that you can remind him of stuff.
This is true.
Yeah, you can't trust him. He doesn't care about the show. I mean, quite frankly, what does he care? He cares about his next...
How did he get it 4 days ago, and he just gives it to Gary today?
Because he's back there with all kinds of stupid stuff.
Wow.
It happens. The only reason he's valuable is because he can get stuff done for us. Remind him of that.
I do every day.
But you, as a producer, should keep track of what you've got in there. Works both ways. Gary never writes stuff down. I
write everything
down. Do you?
down.
Have a pad with you.
There's a Post-it on my desk for everything.
So,
Post-it.
What's wrong with that?
They're all over the desk.
The whole desk is covered.
Yeah, but I know what they mean. What do you care?
It's rambling.
You make fun of my system. It works for me.
Yeah, it works so good that you don't know what Scott's got. All right, anyway, so we're in Phoenix. They played that all morning. What kind of way is that to introduce a radio show? And then we came on with the press conference. They could have just ran our show, but they actually cut our show off until...
Right, they couldn't have our show on until the actual time we were going to do the press conference there.
I'd like to meet the person that thought that was a really good way to do this and didn't call me and didn't discuss it with,
I think we already talked to them.
Yeah. Boy, that's got to be... I think that takes the cake as the stupidest programming move I've seen in my entire career.
They're worse than Donna Fatal?
Yeah. That's worse than when NBC hired Soupy Sales to precede me. That's actually lower than John Hayes' mind. who dreamt up the Soupy Sales thing. And sports guys who don't know anything about sports.
Yeah, the brainstorm.
Yeah. That guy, we worked for this guy, John Hayes, at NBC. His 2 innovations were, number 1, Soupy Sales. And he said this in an interview, a light bulb went on over his head.
He was on a train.
Yeah, and the light bulb went on.
Eureka!
And he said, Soupy Sales. And that was canceled fairly quickly. And then his other idea was that all these sports talk shows were real boring because the sports host knows so much. And what if you had a sports talk show guy who didn't know anything about sports, and he had to learn too?
Right, he's like the listeners.
Yeah. Is that dumb? But as dumb as that is, not dumber than this music.
Not as dumb as that.
Playing this music for an hour and 50 minutes thinking, well, people will stay tuned wanting to know what's going to happen.
This is mysterious music.
As opposed to them tuning in, hearing a brand new morning show, and hearing some, guy talk to Phoenix directly and talk about the fact that we're now in Phoenix.
We're not intriguing as this music.
Yeah, this was more interesting than us, and yet they hired us to come in and be their new morning team. That's how stupid they are. And you know what? And everyone at the station will laugh about this, and it'll mean nothing to anybody. They played this for an hour and 15 minutes in Phoenix.
But I like that they thought it was mysterious music. What is mysterious about this?
It's bad music.
The mystery is why any radio station would play it.
The mystery is why any record company would put it out.
Our new morning man, Ed Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point. Why is this even on disc?
Yeah, I mean, that's the mystery. Yeah, I mean, I know Tommy Mottola didn't approve of that. Anyway, so some articles are coming out of Phoenix that all the other disc jockeys are being asked to comment. Evidently, we have a shock jock on in Phoenix who evidently has been stealing from me for like the past 15 years.
Oh, good.
He claims he's been doing it for 16 years, but I would probably guess that for those 16 years he's been in radio, he hasn't been doing my act. He probably caught on to it a couple of years ago.
Probably broadened his spectrum considerably in the wake of your success.
And he says we're going to suck pretty much there because he says this guy Pratt, that's the guy who wears the red underwear on his head. I got to admit, he didn't steal that from me.
Yeah, he came up with that on his own.
Yeah. Dave Pratt wears red underwear. Why is that funny? Stern asked after hearing the longtime morning man at Cupid FM. Pratt, the Valley's most prominent rock and roll disc jockey and Stern's most likely competition, isn't worried about going up against such a big name. I plan to keep on doing what I'm doing, which is my act. I'm not going to change just because he's here. He says, I think I pretty much made the Valley numb on shock radio, Pratt said. I think people are going to go, God, Pratt's done that already.
Right, I read that.
Yeah, I don't think Stern, can push it any further than I have. In other words, I can't because he's done all my material already.
Well, that's not true. I mean, you're constantly coming up with new things. See, he doesn't understand that you're the innovator and you will continue to come up with new things.
And how will he steal?
And he can't do them because you're there doing them.
Now, how will he steal my personality now that I'm there? Because I guess before he used to get the tapes flown in of my show.
And he could pick and choose, again, what he'd like to do and on what day.
Yeah. That's got to be an easy gig, when you get the tapes flown in of me and then you just do what I do.
It's kind of hard. This is what the guys don't get. It's kind of hard to do you when you're there.
Yeah. Although Brother Weeze in Rochester's still doing me, and he's doing real well with it.
There's something interesting about him. I think that people can't even hear him.
I don't even know.
Why is this guy proud about numbing people?
That
was his objective?
Yeah, he's made them numb. He's made the Valley numb.
He's desensitized them to good entertainment.
Yeah.
I've beaten them into submission.
Yeah, well, all these guys will go down. Every one of them. Some take 5 years, some take 2 years, some take a month. They all go down.
We're like water on a rock.
It'll happen.
We'll eventually wear you away.
We'll wear you down. Trust me on that. And there's a bunch of other disc jockeys who say that we won't impact them, so they're safe. Because they don't do anything. They basically say, well, we do a lot of boring music stuff. And
yeah, so, that's not the audience he's after.
Yeah, so nobody's really ever taken our audience away. There's a bunch of lawyer articles. Everyone sends me lawyer articles because they know I hate lawyers.
Oh, the wacky things that lawyers are doing and defending?
Here's something cool. I got invited to a... This is like a weird thing. Entertainment Weekly invites you and a guest to the Help Celebrate Our 5th Anniversary with a annual Academy Awards viewing party. Listen to this. Monday, March 27th, you go to Elaine's. You know that stupid place Woody Allen goes to?
Right, Woody's favorite restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Elaine's. I haven't actually... I had a party there.
I had a party there or a press conference, something.
Yeah, it was real nice. I mean, Elaine was nice. Whoever Elaine is. I actually got there late because I went to a place called Eileen's. I didn't realize. So you go there and you eat dinner, and then they put the TV set on and you watch the Academy Awards with other dopes.
Supposedly celebrities.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Like, why would you do that?
It seems to be a big thing. You get coverage out of it. People go and cover these parties.
Man, I don't get the whole celebrity thing, I guess. Is that fun? Is that supposed to be fun, to watch TV with a bunch of people?
Well, if you can't be... See, the whole thing is that you're supposed to be pretending that you're so in that you would be at the Academy Awards if you could be in Los Angeles.
Oh, I see.
And since you can't, you're like doing the Los Angeles thing East Coast.
Well, why go to Elaine's? Why don't I just invite a bunch of people over my house?
And that can be done, too.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have to leave.
Because I know I got an invite to one where Georgette Mosbacher is the hostess.
Oh, how'd you get friendly with her? Through Judith?
I don't know the woman. I'm not friendly with her at all.
Judith's friendly with her.
Yeah.
Judith Regan, now our book editor, right?
Yeah.
That she's friends with some woman named Georgette Mossberger. She's always...
Mossberger's Mossberger.
In Mossberger. And Georgette Mossberger's always on a boat with George Bush or up at George Bush's house in Maine. And I always hear that name, Georgette Mossberger. I don't know who she is. I'm supposed to know who she is, and I don't know who she is. Because Judith keeps mentioning Georgette Mossberger. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. I mean, I know you're trying to impress me, but I don't know who it is. She goes, well, you know, they're friendly with the Bushes and...
They're in politics.
And Judith went
I can't remember which cabinet they're in. They could be in Clinton's cabinet. I don't know.
And Judith went to Kennebunkport with Georgette Mossberger.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, and hung out with George Bush, I guess.
Yeah, well, she gets off on that.
Yeah, I don't. That's weird. Maybe I'll go up to Kennebunkport and watch the Oscars with Georgette Mossberger and George Bush. There's a burger that gathers no moss. Mossberger. Yeah, I always read her name in the paper, Georgette Mossberger.
Somehow she became a celebrity. I don't know how.
Because Judith keeps getting her name put in the paper. Question is, how did Judith become a celebrity?
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Because she's one of the smartest women in New York.
So she says.
Well, New York Magazine said it.
She is smart. She got an ass with a lot of brains in it. She's hot. For a 40-something-year-old broad, she's hot.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
She's attractive. When I worked on my book with her, I could barely work. Busy looking at her ass and her legs. I'm going to poke her with a stick. I need to poke her with a stick. Let's get her in here and poke her with a stick. I don't know, she was an editor when I met her at Simon & Schuster, and then all of a sudden, after my book came out, Fox had to have her. They were going to put her in a TV show. Listen to this. She was a book editor.
She used to help write books and hire people to write books.
Right, that was her job.
Yeah.
So my book came out, the Rush Limbaugh book came out, which she had, the Kathy Lee Richards, what's her name?
Gifford.
Kathy Lee Gifford book, Kathy Lee Epstein book came out. That was her book. So Fox had to hire her to not only publish books.
For what purpose?
They wanted to hire her to put her on TV, but she'd never been on TV before.
To interview people.
Yeah, but that's something she doesn't do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. That kind of fell apart.
I haven't heard anything about it.
That's how this business works. You get famous for one thing, and they put you in something else.
Right.
And pay you a bunch of money to do
I saw
it.
a thing in the paper the other day that said, look soon to see supermodels doing their own talk shows.
Yeah.
Just because they're famous.
Yeah. Well, that I'd watch. Tell you the truth.
You're not at home. You have to work.
That's probably the next big thing. Like supermodels hosting like a Ricky Lake show, because you don't really need any brains to host that show, and it doesn't matter who the host is. You might as well
why not get somebody beautiful?
Put a girl in a thong.
Yeah.
Put a girl in a thong, put her in an audience full of black people, and let them scream at idiots. Now, that's a show I would never miss. And they say, the Cindy Crawford show. Today we talk to idiots.
Yeah. I mean, they've already got them writing books. Naomi Campbell wrote a book.
Yeah, so why not?
And it's not like an autobiography. It was a novel. She wrote a novel. So
not only the innovation on these shows would be not only a stupid audience, but a stupid host. Everyone's stupid. Equally stupid.
Cameraman.
Everyone. Stupid cameraman.
There's just air whistling through everyone's head.
I'm pretty sure Sally Jesse Raphael has the stupidest cameraman. I'm watching that show yesterday, and there's some guy talking. Either the director's stupid or the cameraman's stupid, but people are talking, and the camera won't go to them.
Really?
Yeah, it was frightening. It took forever for them to get this shot of the stage. It was all far away. I don't know. Hey, I got to take a break. Let's do the news. And,
all right.
All right.
News time?
Yeah, we'll be back. Well, yeah, we're pretty close.
Okay.
Unless you want to take some phone calls. We'll be back right after these words.
Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
Where's the bagels?
We're down to a banana and an orange.
What do you mean?
What happened to the bagels?
The Stuttering John said he asked you yesterday if you wanted the bagels, and you said no, give them out, so they did.
Oh, I thought you meant you had new bagels.
No, they delivered them. They're in plastic bags and stuff. Would you like a banana or an orange?
All right.
Which one?
Both.
Here's a banana.
I'm just so hungry, man. I'm just so friggin' hungry.
Can I buy you something?
Well, I sent Gorilla out for the food, but it takes like 12 hours.
Gorilla has to make it.
Yeah. Gorilla has to make sure his hair falls into it.
He's down there stirring it up in the kitchen now.
Don't put no butter on that. Extra hair.
Hey, people handing me food.
Food drive.
Orange
Why
with
did you ask for money since they're going to be so readily able to give?
Sometimes I ask Gorilla to go out and get food. I swear he has to fly to Africa to get the food. Don't come in here just because I mentioned your name.
No, I'm going to let you know. It'll be here in 15 minutes. It takes
really?
half an hour.
Nice.
It takes half an hour. So 15 minutes.
They don't start cooking till 9 o'clock.
I know the whole story.
I've heard it 10 times.
Well, it is bizarre to request breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning.
You're not requesting breakfast. You're requesting lunch.
I mean lunch. I'm dizzy. This every day is a marathon in my life. Sit here, be funny for 5 hours. Go home. I'm in a coma. My wife yells at me. Why am I in a coma? I tell you what, honey, you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, talk for 5 hours straight, try to be funny.
You're no fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no kidding. Try having fun. Maybe get dressed up and got on some lingerie once in a while and have some friggin' fun. Well, the company's been talking to me about staying on past November, and I'm not into it.
They're trying to talk you into it?
Well, no one's really talking.
No? No negotiations are going on?
Nope. I don't want any negotiations. They've asked me if I want to go. I don't want to. I've had it.
I don't think anybody takes you seriously.
I know. Can we do this another 5 years?
Let me ask you something. Yesterday,
yeah.
You said you were not going to be here today.
Oh, yeah.
Today, I have not gotten one fax or anything with people saying, why are you here today?
I know.
Because they didn't believe you yesterday when you said it.
Well, just to set the record straight so people know that I'm not full of it.
Yeah.
I was on the air yesterday and something really pissed me off so bad that I didn't want to talk about it on the air.
Uh-huh.
So I called our general manager in Hawaii. It was 3 o'clock in the morning there. What a bastard I am. And this was off the air. And I started yelling at him. And he was like, what? You know, he's in Hawaii while I'm having problems. So I started yelling at him. And I said, look, man, when you get back, we'll talk about this. I'm taking a few days off. And you know I don't even like taking days off because that means just sitting home and doing nothing.
Which is the worst thing.
Yeah, which is worse. I said, but, you know, I'm not coming in. And he said, okay. He even agreed that I shouldn't come in. And then yesterday I was talking it over with Rob, and we agreed that we would look unprofessional if we didn't start showing up for work.
Yeah, we have considerations. People don't believe that.
Yeah, we did. So we showed up. But we really weren't going to show up.
But we called Tom again.
Yeah, just to tell him he's lucky we're showing up. Poor guy. Want some orange?
No, thanks.
Want some of my fingernail? I've been eating that, too.
Tip of your finger, maybe?
Well, I've been trying to starve myself so I'll get thin, because I read, like a lot of people say you're not supposed to do that. Meanwhile, it's the only thing that works.
It's the bad way to do it, but it works.
But it works.
That's so unhealthy is what they say.
My pants were getting a little tight. I just said, you know what?
How did you've been so strict on your diet?
I don't know what happens with me. I just gain weight if I'm not eating anything. It's just my body adjusts. I have a really slow metabolism.
The worst news. Did you hear what the experts are now saying? They're saying what we've all always known.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat.
That whenever you go on a diet, your metabolism is lowered.
Yeah.
So that then once you've lost the weight that you want to, you can't eat the same amount as a person who stays at that weight all the time.
You got to keep cutting down.
Calorie demand, so you have to keep cutting your calories.
That's my problem. Now I'm down to eating nothing. I'm living on air.
Yeah.
And I'm gaining weight. Because, like, you buy these videotapes and people talk about it who are supposed experts, like Susan Powder or somebody like this. And everything they tell you is wrong. Because they tell you, like, you can eat pasta and you can eat this as long as it's low fat, and you eat all that crap and you gain weight.
Right.
You know who should put out videotapes? Ethiopians. They're thin. And you know why they're thin?
They starve.
They don't eat.
That's right.
That's right. That's how you lose weight.
Thinnest people in the world, Ethiopians and Somalians.
My father, when he was raising me, used to say, there was a famous TV commercial used to come on. They had a belt. And they had the belt, and you would tie it around your waist, and it would shake you. The belt would shake you.
Yes, I remember
My father used to say, he says, you know what you do with that belt? You put it over your mouth. Then you lose weight.
Don't even turn on the machine. Just put the belt over your mouth.
And he was right. The only way to lose weight is not to eat. Starve yourself.
Or to stay on an exercise bike all day. You do everything on an exercise bike.
Yeah, like Jessica Hahn.
Yeah.
24 hours a day on the bike. And when you're not biking, you're showering because you're sweating from all the biking.
There's no time to eat.
Yeah, biking, sweating, oiling.
And she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
She has to go to the bathroom once a day.
Right. Any way she's going to go, she's got to go.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. You know, Jessica was telling me once that she was riding her exercise bike, and she got lost.
Didn't know where she was?
Didn't know where she was. Stationary bike.
She bought a compass.
Oh, that's hysterical.
She got a great body.
Can't fault her there.
She better.
She better, that's right. She loses that body, she loses the boyfriend. Yeah, he's hanging around for the deep discussion.
Let's debate.
The intellectual challenge.
Yeah.
Ron, let's talk.
Can we just talk? Yeah, but Jessica knows enough not to say to a guy, can't we just talk?
No, she would never say that.
Yeah, she leaves the house. I don't know, Robin.
Life's not fair.
It's not fair. I didn't know.
It is not fair.
Did you see that Cuomo starting his radio show?
No.
Governor Cuomo starting a radio show. And he says, well, it's not going to be like these other shows where, they take the phone calls for 30 seconds and they hang up on people. And I'm going to sit there and talk to people.
He's going to let them drone on forever like him.
Good plan. He will be the worst radio host in the history of the entire invention that Marconi
bet on
made.
How long his show lasts?
4 months.
No vagina jokes.
Believe me, he'll go to those 30-second phone calls in short order.
You see who's suing Channel 9?
Besides Sarah Lee Kessler?
Yeah.
Who?
Jackie Mason wants to sue Channel 9 for anti-Semitism.
Oh, geez.
Remember that bad show he put on?
Yeah.
Jackie Mason's a real funny guy when he's doing his stand-up, but anything else he does is unfunny.
He tried to do a talk show, right?
Yeah, he did a talk show at Channel 9, and it was maybe the worst thing I'd ever seen, and it got no ratings.
Yeah. In fact, it was the best thing because nobody knew he had done it. It didn't destroy his reputation.
It was a little tiny guy with orange hair, tons of dandruff.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's a very funny-looking man.
Yeah, he's a fun... And Jackie Mason, God bless him, is brilliant. He's a brilliant comic.
You got to be funny when you look like that.
But they gave him like a talk show, and he couldn't even... The audience would start yelling, and they would take the microphone from him, and then Jackie Mason was yelling, and you couldn't hear him. He was a member of the audience. He lost complete control of the show. He had no charisma whatsoever on this show. And now he's turning around. He's contemplating suing Channel 9 because
now,
they're
how are they anti-Semitic because they canceled his show?
Because they didn't do it because it was a bad show. They did it because he was Jewish.
Oh. They didn't know he was Jewish when they hired him?
I guess. He fooled them. You see, him and Sarah Lee Kessler is suing Channel 9.
Now, she was one of their news anchors.
They got rid of her. They fired her. Not because she was heavy and her looks were waning, but because she's Jewish.
Yeah.
Who even knew she was Jewish?
Nobody. Sarah
Lee is Jewish. I guess Sarah is Jewish, but Sarah Lee Kessler? I never thought. Yeah, I guess that is a Jewish name.
Is it? I had never
Kessler.
thought about it.
Vlad Kessler. Jew.
Jew-S. Our Jew.
So, I mean, Channel 9 hired Jackie Mason. And, I mean, Jackie Mason's name might as well be Jewy Jew Man. Because he's the most Jewish. Jews are anti-Semitic toward Jackie Mason. I mean,
he turns off Jews.
Yeah. There isn't Helen Keller knows Jackie Mason is a Jew. There isn't a person on the planet doesn't know. Jackie Mason is such a Jew.
When they put Jew in the dictionary, Jackie Mason's picture's next to it.
There's a guy who's not trying to pass.
He is a card-carrying Jew.
Aborted fetuses know Jackie Mason's a Jew. Black guys who wash up on the set of Baywatch know Jackie Mason's a Jew.
Aliens from outer space know that Jackie Mason is a Jew.
Right. Fred knows Jackie Mason's a Jew.
Absolutely.
All right. So, he's decided to sue Channel 9 in New York. Well, he hasn't decided yet. He's thinking about it.
He's thinking about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Thinking about soon.
We got to get him on the show. He always wants to come on here. We got to get him on.
Well, I'd like to talk to him now about his legal problems.
Because that's going to be funny.
Well, you know, his best friend is this Raoul Felder.
Yeah. I guess
they sit around talking, and all of a sudden, he's got a suit.
Yeah, he's looking for some attention. Jackie Mason.
Well, you know, the two of them are doing an OJ column.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's amazing.
And how unique, Jews suing. But now Jews love to sue. There's no question Jews love to sue. And anyone who wants
Is
to
that genetic?
If people want to call me an anti-Semite for saying it, then so be it. But I'm telling you, Jews love, Jews have not been physical fighters in this country traditionally. So usually you just get their ass kicked and stuff, and, there wasn't much I could do about it. Now with the advent of the lawsuit, and most lawyers are Jewish, they can...
Did they invent the suit?
Oh, please. It's perfect. So instead of a fight, every Jew is suing. Every Jew is suing. They sue on vacation. They go on vacation, they look for a lawsuit.
The sun went in. I'm suing.
I'm suing. They all want lawsuits.
They promise son. But that's ridiculous now. He knows what show business is like. Is he going to sue, what was it, ABC, who gave him that stupid sitcom to stay on for
I don't know. It sounds kind of ridiculous. I don't think even Raoul Felder is going to go for it. But Jews love to sue. That's their sport. You ever see a Jew in a locker room? He's refilling his pen. He's not getting ready. He's not getting changed into his athletic outfit. Jew even rhymes with sue. And the Jews, God bless them, they love to sue. They love it, they love it, they love it. Now every other ethnic group's into it, too. They're all into it.
Well, they've all learned.
They've all learned with the sue.
If the Jews are doing it, it must be good.
It says here, Jackie Mason may be readying a similar suit to Sarah Lee Kessler.
That's so ridiculous.
Mason was not available for comment, but his attorney, he has an attorney. He hasn't even decided to sue, and he has an attorney. His attorney, Raoul Felder, yesterday said he was investigating the possibility of anti-Semitism being a factor.
Divorce attorney.
Raoul Felder. He does every kind of case. Used to be a guy specialized. Now everybody's in everything. Shapiro, I think, was covering divorces, and now he's a murder attorney.
Well, yeah, I couldn't believe that Johnny Cochran, who, winds up in all these criminal cases, used to handle divorces. So I guess everybody's a general practitioner.
Yeah, and I see Raoul Felder on TV. He's suing everybody. He sues in his sleep.
But he's always commenting on what should be in your prenuptial agreement.
Right, yeah.
That stuff. Yeah, I thought he was into that whole divorce thing.
Yeah, I didn't know I guess this is a new field of practice. Suing over anti-Semitism. If Jews get a hold of this, that'll be the end.
That's it.
Because everyone's anti-Semitic.
That's it then.
It's a gold mine, this new field.
The U.S. is
I mean, this is going to be one class action suit like you never saw.
They're going to sue the world.
It's going to be outrageous. Mason was not available for comment, but his attorney, Raul Felder, yesterday said he was investigating the possibility of anti-Semitism. The outspoken comic launched the Jackie Mason show, in which Mason played off a studio audience. Barely. He didn't play off them. They buried him.
He was trying to avoid them.
The show was not watched. The show launched in June of '92. The station wanted to syndicate it. That was when they were syndicating our show, and they decided, now we'll syndicate everything, even, no matter what it is. When it perceived a lack of interest by other stations, it canned the program in December of '92.
Now, how is that anti-Semitic?
Now, listen to this. Quote, "We feel that these are not coincidental events. Anti-Semitism and the cancellation of his show," Felder told the News.
Wait a minute. Read that again, because I missed something.
"We feel that these are not coincidental events."
That the ratings and his...
Anti-Semitism.
No, and his cancellation...
No, not the ratings. The cancellation and anti-Semitism happened together.
Oh, the audience were anti-Semites.
I'll tell you, I'm becoming an anti-Semite.
Join the club.
Channel 9's attorney did not return the call to his office yesterday. He was busy laughing. But they will have to defend the case. Felder declined to give specifics. No, I guarantee you, none of these cases would be filed if the loser in the case had to actually pay the other team's legal bills. Absolutely never be filed. And I am the first one to step forward. Whenever talent could get some money out of a situation, I'm all for it, but not this way.
Yeah, but for what they do, no.
I see. Last week, in addition to her charge of anti-Semitism, Kessler also accused the station of sex and age discrimination. That's a little better.
Yeah, maybe she's on to something.
Wow.
We ought to start preparing our suits.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this station's anti-Semitic. Yeah. Sarah Lee Kessler is also suing for breach of contract, defamation of character, and also sued the food commissary for small portions.
She's got a lot of beef.
Her name is Sarah Lee.
Sarah Lee. I know her. She's a nice lady. I mean, but this is a little much. I mean, listen, I don't know, but it just seems a little whacked out. I'll tell you about broadcasters. They're not anti-anything. They're into money. And if
you can make it for them?
If Jews can make them money, they don't care who the performer is. That's what I think. I also think that employers have every right, especially in the entertainment field, to fire employees for whatever reason. Format change, anything. If a guy has a rock station that's not making money, and he wants to fire all the disc jockeys and hire a whole black staff that can run disco music, for example, that's fine with me. But also, every talent should have the right to ask for as much money as they want. And there should be no caps or any kind of, freeze or any kind of, that kind of thing. Free marketplace, I believe it. I think that the owners should always be able... I mean, you're going to tell a guy who's not making any money he can't change format? What is that? So a guy can't do business?
Well, Jackie Mason is basically saying that.
Yeah.
I don't care that you couldn't make money with me. You shouldn't have canceled my show.
No. You love Jews, you keep me on.
Must be a Jewish thing.
Yeah. Why would you fire Jackie Mason? You're not allowed to. Now, if the show was a hit show and they fired Jackie Mason, maybe I could go along with it. I don't know. I would sue the other stations in town. They didn't pick up the show. Only Channel 9 did. I think they hate the Jews.
But don't the Jews run the media? How did you sue the media?
Evidently, a lot of the Jews, evidently, there's different level of Jew.
We hate ourselves. A lot of Jews hate.
A lot of self-hating Jews, right?
I see.
Right. That's a wacky case. I know lawyers are desperately trying to come up with every kind of case possible, but this one might have gone too far. But although with juries today, I got to tell you something, maybe
you
not.
Never know.
People can spill coffee on their laps, all kind of things, kind of stuff. So I say go for it. Why not? First, I don't even know that Sarah Lee Kessler's Jewish. That would be the funniest part. What if they find out she's not Jewish and she's suing for anti-Semitism?
That could open up a whole new field.
Hey. Christians suing for anti-Semitism.
That's right. I like it. Hey. Now I can get in on it.
Yep.
Loophole. Also, loophole.
I have to...
Lawyers always breaking new ground.
Can we start the news, or do we have to take a break? This is kind of news, isn't it? We've been doing news.
Sure, this is news.
I would classify that as news. Do I have to take a break here?
You do.
I do. Okay. We'll take a break and we'll continue.
All right.
It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Exciting. Don't bother me, Judge Ito. I'm trying to depose the witness. Judge Ito. Judge Ito. Don't bother me, Judge Ito. Judge Ito and F. Lee Bailey. They were getting a little terse with one another there. I think F. Lee was a Marine in World War II, and he probably resents the nips.
He can remember.
You never forget that, Robin. I wonder if F. Lee actually killed any nips.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We dropped a bomb on them, remember?
No, that's right.
We didn't fool around.
That'd be cool if F. Lee was the guy who flew the plane that dropped the bomb on the nips. Take that, nips. You think while he's trying to prove that Mark Fuhrman is a racist, that he's thinking about the nips in World War II? Or do you think... who knows?
Flashbacks?
You never know. You never know what's in someone's head. That'd be funny, though, wouldn't it be?
Well, Judge Ito would resent that. His family was in an internment camp. They were Americans.
Right.
They weren't over in Japan.
Sure. Sure, I'm buying that.
Family's word.
That's what they all said.
I'm sure Judge Ito had family in Japan. I'm sure the Ito family was very well ensconced in Japan. Maybe his parents were here.
Long lineage.
Exactly. I'm sure a lot of his relatives fought us long and hard. Now they're all over here eating that seaweed and cucumber rolled up together. I don't eat that. That's not my food. I eat nice food.
You don't call that food.
What? Seaweed and
cucumbers.
And cucumbers?
Negamaki and octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
What's wrong with steak? Yeah.
That'd be good if they went at it.
Mr. Bailey, you are bellowing so loud we are in danger of waking up the jury.
Go cut out your sucky hole.
If those 12 dopes wake up, I'll hold you in contempt.
Shut up,
those 12 dopes, I don't think get a I think that this is probably exciting for them because F. Lee Bailey is like bellowing. And
they think something's going to happen because that's what all the commentators keep saying. Well, where's this bomb?
Yeah, well, they hear the word nigger, that'll wake up the jury.
Unloading.
Can you imagine that jury when they heard nigger?
Well, they got to the good stuff yesterday.
Nigger.
F. Lee Bailey got to say the word nigger often and early.
It was like the set of the Ricky Lake show.
What?
Where's Mr. Johnny? Jesus.
God, Lord.
All them cops is racist.
That's right.
OJ, you going free. Great. I don't know, man.
Just to teach him a lesson.
You know, the defense makes 0 sense. It's been awful so far. Any rational person would say, wait a second, the guy's a racist because he was in a, according to some woman who we met, what was it, 1986?
It was a long time ago.
This is what the woman claims. She claims in 1986, she walked into a Marine recruiting service. He was screaming about the niggers. It was the most offensive thing she had ever heard in her entire life. And what did she do? She called up her friend, her girlfriend, and said, "There's a really cute Marine. You want to date him?" She was so offended by this guy who she'd never seen before, a stranger sitting there screaming about niggers. She was so offended she had to run out of there. But she asked her friend if she wanted to date him.
Well, you know what? I've also heard that she might not even be able to make a really good identification.
Of course not.
That if it wasn't Mark Fuhrman, it was someone who looked like him.
Yeah, of course. Oh. And now listen to this. Yeah, and the guy's life is being ruined. Now, I mean, you've seen the guy in the stand.
Oh, well, forget the guy on the stand. Forget him. Let's just buy the story. Let's accept this woman's story. So she goes to a bar with her friend now to meet Mark Fuhrman.
Don't you love it how F. Lee Bailey can't believe that Mark Fuhrman can't remember a woman who was 6 feet tall?
Yeah.
Because the girlfriend was 6 feet tall.
He goes, you don't remember a woman 6 feet tall? I got a 6-foot rabbit in my car. Oh, Dios. So wait a second. Now,
6 feet tall,
yeah.
damn it.
And he goes, I don't remember. But she was 6 feet tall. Well, why don't you badger the guy 900 times?
He said no.
So Fuhrman is sitting in the bar. The girls come in. And what does Fuhrman do the first 30 seconds that he meets these two girls? Now, he doesn't know them. He's meeting them. He's on a date. And he says, hey, I hate niggers.
Way to impress.
He's not even on a date. They're meeting him for the first time.
Yeah. He goes, oh, you girls want a drink? Excuse me. I hate the niggers.
And give me a scotch.
Yeah. This is, come on. Now, she's saying within the first 30 seconds of the meeting, the date.
When she's trying to introduce her girlfriend to a nice guy.
I know guys who are in the Ku Klux Klan. Because of this show, we have met guys who actually are in the Ku Klux Klan, who literally, you meet them off the air. Now, these are guys who they don't mind telling you they hate every ethnic group. Before they start screaming about niggers, it usually takes about 20 minutes. Yeah. At least.
They do a few cursory hellos, how are you?
Yeah.
Just like everybody else.
I mean, according to this guy Fuhrman, on a date, I mean, no rational the guy sitting there who's answering these questions could not be this irrational. The worst racist in the world. Excuse me, Mr. Fuhrman, can I take your coat? Yes, nigger. Thank you. I mean, no one does that. It just doesn't work that way. Thank you. Yeah, you're a nigger. I hope you don't take my coat. All right, thank you. All right, girls, drinks? What? Rob Roy? Okay. So there's no sense to any of this, but
they're going with it anyway.
They're going to go with it anyway.
Here's F. Lee Bailey and Fuhrman doing a little bit of that discussion today on this thing.
Anything about the nips in there?
Here we go.
I have spoken with him on the phone personally, Marine to Marine. I haven't the slightest doubt that he'll march up to that witness stand and tell the world what Fuhrman called him on no provocation whatsoever.
That's F. Lee Bailey arguing before Judge Ito that he should be able to examine and explore more of Mark Fuhrman's history as a racist. And he says there was a black Marine in the office at the time Fuhrman was making these statements. And that he's talked to him Marine to Marine.
Well, you want to know something?
What?
The Marine now says, do you know about this?
Oh, yeah.
The Marine now says he's never had a conversation with F. Lee Bailey.
Well, listen to Marsha Clark.
And let me tell you something. I think this guy Fuhrman's got a great lawsuit going against this F. Lee Bailey.
Sure.
He lied in court saying
Why would they continue to pursue this?
And the black guy said he never was called a nigger by Mark Fuhrman.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing. I think they're hoping that enough kooks will come out of the woodwork who want to be a part of this case who will go and accuse Fuhrman of saying nigger.
To me, you remember when they started that 800 number?
Right.
For people, this is where all these wackos come from. This Marianne Gerges and all these other people call this 800 number.
Yeah. And now that they're looking for people who have been called a nigger by Mark Fuhrman.
Yeah, they're all coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they're trying. Listen, they're trying anything.
These allegations get more outrageous by the minute. And I'm stricken again by the preposterousness of the claims of the defense. Not only did these alleged incidents never occur, but the purpose for which they're being admitted could never have occurred. And Max Cordova gave us a statement that says none of that. We've interviewed Max Cordova a long time ago. He never made such a statement. And he never alleged that Mark Fuhrman never made such a statement.
See, she's talking about the guy. His name is Max Cordova.
Yeah. He's this black guy who works he's a Marine. And F. Lee Bailey says, I've spoken to the guy Marine to Marine.
Oh, so if you don't talk to a Marine to Marine, he won't tell you this stuff. Is that what he's saying?
I don't know what he's saying, but this guy's saying, I haven't spoken to a Marine or person to person or anything else.
But Marsha Clark's absolutely right. They haven't proven so far that Mark Fuhrman put the bloody glove on O.J.'s property. Yeah. And that's the only reason they're getting to introduce this line of racism.
And this is some line of reasoning, too. Or if you're going to call someone a racist, imagine you got to go back to 1986
Yeah,
in a
why
bar
not yesterday?
with two women that barely know him. I mean, if this guy was a racist, you would have look. If Jackie was up there, we'd have hands across America with witnesses lined up.
If you examine the woman, this Kathleen Bell, I think her name is.
Yeah.
I've heard a few of the stories about her. She was some kind of a, person who didn't mix in well with her crowd when she was growing up, and she was a little bit overweight and not very popular. So what she had to start doing, even to get dates, I guess, was start to hang around the Marine office.
Who said that?
This was on one of the tabloid shows.
Oh, it's a tabloid show.
Yeah, but this is what she did. How do you think she was standing in a Marine office? She wasn't a Marine.
I'm thinking of going to Marine thing.
The defense may call Bozo the Clown to the stand now.
But listen to this. This woman used to just go hang out at the office where Marines would be. And this is how she supposedly heard this statement. So I certainly would take her word about everything. Now, she's going to remember Mark Fuhrman.
Yeah.
From all those years ago. He came in a couple of times while she was there. And he's left an indelible impression in this woman. To the point that she sees him on TV and she immediately has to call Robert Shapiro's office to say she has this information.
It just sounds very, very whacked out.
But this is the kind of case the defense has built. They've all along built their case on these very flimsy witnesses.
I know. Because even if you were like on a date with some girls and stuff, like if you were a guy who uses the word nigger, you sort of, you would talk to somebody for 10 to 15 minutes to feel out the situation to see if there was similar feelings.
Something about black people come up all the time with you?
I don't know. It just sounds very far-fetched. Well,
I understand that Marianne Gertjes, they're probably not going to use her as a witness now. She was the woman who claimed to see 4 people in the neighborhood at about 10:45 on the night that Nicole and Ron Goldman were killed.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to use her testimony now, even though Johnny Cochran thought so much of her information that he used her in his opening arguments.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to use her now because she has refused to take a lie detector test.
Yeah, well, I don't blame her.
So she doesn't trust herself enough to do that. So they're probably going to stay away from her as a witness. And now they've got this Kathleen Bell they're going to bring forward, who supposedly saw Mark Fuhrman in 1986 and heard these statements made by him. And she's got a friend who's supposed to corroborate her testimony, but she really doesn't want to testify. So it's a good case so far. But now they keep saying every day they've got another person who's willing now to come up and say that Mark Fuhrman is a racist. These people keep growing in number.
Yeah.
As we go along. So anyway, do you have some of the testimony?
Yeah. I got Bailey and Fuhrman.
Yes.
If you did, in fact, say that one of the things that had you disturbed at that point was blood in the Bronco, and it wasn't a slip of the tongue, why would you have used that word?
I didn't see any blood in the Bronco, sir.
Why would you have used the word in, Detective Fuhrman, please?
I told you I'm not sure I did.
Well, there's a videotape of your testimony. Have you reviewed that recently?
No, never have.
But didn't he, you see, Fuhrman just said, I didn't see any blood in the Bronco. He says, but that's what I said, he wasn't sure if he said, I didn't see any blood in the Bronco. He doesn't remember every word he said.
This is not about actual evidence. This is about what he said at one point in grand jury testimony or preliminary hearing testimony.
And he just answered the guy's question, but he keeps barreling on. He goes, I didn't, because I said it because I didn't see any blood in the Bronco. So he says, you admit to saying it? He goes, I don't know if I said it. I'm just telling you I didn't see any blood in the Bronco.
Well, that's my whole point. They spent a long time, and he finally played the videotape, and the guy said blood in the Bronco. But this wasn't what he was talking about. He was talking about something else.
I know.
That led him to do something, and blood in the Bronco, and he meant blood on the Bronco.
Right.
But this is what they spend time on, and he's been on the stand now in cross-examination. This will be his 3rd day.
How come Ito doesn't move it? Seriously, are you allowed to cross-examine? Can you filibuster? Why don't they just keep filibustering for the next 12 years?
Well, they kept Detective Lang on the stand for 8 days, and I heard experts saying that Judge Ito could cut this off at any time.
Right.
It's up to him. Usually you have direct examination, then cross-examination, then redirect, and one recross, and that's it.
Right.
But Judge Ito lets it go on and on and on and on. So here's when they finally get to the good stuff.
Okay.
Did you say, while in the recruiting station, at any time during those years, that when you see a nigger, Driving with a white woman, you pulled them over?
No.
Do you recall anyone asking you, if you didn't have a reason to pull them over, what would you do?
I don't recall anybody ever asked me that question, sir.
Did you ever make a statement that if you needed a reason, you would find one?
No.
I mean, I pull over black people when they're with white women, but I just never said I do.
But my question is, if he asks all these questions and the answer is always no, what have we gotten to? I mean, do you does the jury now think, well, he would never have asked that question if it weren't true? So either the detective is lying?
My guess, that jury will think that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I don't think that jury has the ability to get beyond the words that were just used. It's a much too sensitive issue with white cops and black jurors and hearing nigger.
Well, because I just said, what? This is an exercise in futility. If you keep saying these things and his answer is always no.
No. The only way that this black jury would even convict O.J. if it was like the Colin Ferguson case. Like, where everyone saw him shoot on the train. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it was funny that you should mention Colin Ferguson. I was thinking about this a little while ago because all these commentators are saying, it really doesn't look good for F. Lee Bailey because here's a man with a reputation as one of the best cross-examiners in the country, and he has not been able to rattle this police officer.
How are they going to rattle a police officer? He's telling the truth.
But
in F. Lee Bailey's defense.
A few weeks ago, they were saying that Colin Ferguson was a good cross-examiner.
Yeah, right.
So how hard could cross-examination be?
Yeah, and in F. Lee Bailey's defense, this is a no-win situation. You can't come off good when you got a cop telling the truth.
In his defense, he took this case. He doesn't have to be here.
Yeah, but hey, he wants to be. It's a big deal for him.
Well, then he's supposed to be able to do something.
What, rattle the cop? A cop who's telling the truth? You can't rattle him.
Sit in my chair and let Johnny Cochran do it.
No, Johnny Cochran couldn't do it either. There's just nothing to rattle there.
But the point is, if there's nothing to rattle, why would you put yourself in that position?
He's in every headline for this.
And not only that, he's doing a terrific job. He's going to get O.J. Simpson off. When the jury hears nigger enough, they're going to release him. He's going to be one of the greatest attorneys of all time. He'll go down in history.
Well,
of course he'd do it.
You're wrong.
I know I'm right. I'll put money on it.
You want to bet?
I'll bet that's a hung jury. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hey, Dallas, it's Baba Booey. Boy, did I have a great time at the parade. I'm here to talk to you about the Baba Booey T-shirt. Be the first one on your block to own a beautiful design with the big words Baba Booey on it. Now, you can order it. It's real easy. All you have to do is call 212-415 New York, New York. That's 212-415-6969 for those of you who are dyslexic. It's a great T-shirt. It's $14.95. It's $5 shipping and handling. And I think if you own one, you'll be very cool. That's the Baba Booey T-shirt, 212-415 New York, New York.
97.1 The Eagle. Howard, Harleys, and pure rock. 97.1 The Eagle. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
I've changed into my pajamas for the remainder of the program. Just trying to get ready for bed.
Me too.
By the way, O.J. just went free. Statute of limitations is up on the murders. Trial went so long.
What? There is never a statute of limitations on murders.
Is that right?
We have.
Thank you, Ron.
We can let this trial drag on forever.
Excellent. Comedy is not pure.
Somebody just faxed this to me. This looks like it came from a newspaper, a column called Inside Los Angeles.
Yeah?
O.J. Simpson's lawyers claim Detective Mark Fuhrman is an evidence-planting racist.
Look out. Who claims that?
I'm reading to you. Just calm down.
No, start again. I passed out.
O.J. Simpson's lawyers claim Detective Mark Fuhrman is an evidence-planting racist.
Okay, go ahead.
But this isn't the first time Fuhrman has handled a high-profile case involving black football players.
Really?
Danette Myers is the DA who prosecuted a 1991 case involving players from USC, Simpson's alma mater, who were accused of a string of robberies. There were robberies, beatings, and even a kidnapping. Myers told Time she was set to ask for life sentences when Fuhrman intervened, arguing that the players' youth and lack of criminal records called for leniency. Myers herself, an African-American, agreed to let them plea bargain for 15-year sentences. Without Mark, she says, they would have gone away for life. He's not a guy out to get people because of their color.
So Fuhrman actually helped keep black people out of jail.
Right.
Must be a racist.
But it doesn't say these guys were married to white women. See, it might be the interracial thing.
You see, this is the problem with this whole trial. We're so busy putting Mark Fuhrman on trial, not O.J.
That's right.
That now we have to go find 20 million witnesses that say that Mark Fuhrman isn't a racist.
Yeah.
And you know what? None of it matters anyway. Who cares if he's a racist?
Whether O.J. killed this woman.
Prove the guy planted the glove.
Did you hear F. Lee Bailey screaming at Mark Fuhrman about blood drops?
Yeah, the whole thing was just totally sickening.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on.
I'll tell you, they're so busy with this racism. I hope they remember to bury Nicole. I hope that someone didn't overlook it. They ought to just hang big pictures of Nicole and Ron, all bludgeoned and cut, and just so people don't forget. This isn't the Mark Fuhrman show.
A new storm is moving into the Northern California area, causing fears of more flooding.
California's under
They've
siege.
already got a bunch of swollen lakes and rivers that are at dangerously high levels in some areas. There is a move on now to declare 48 counties in California disaster areas, and the federal government is saying that they will provide aid. Do you realize that you'll be affected by this, you know?
By
A lot
what?
of broccoli crops.
Uh-oh, I eat a lot of broccoli. What's wrong with the broccoli crop?
Have been flooded.
Oh, no, I have to switch to string beans.
Ruined by all this rain.
Right.
And do you know that something like 80% of our broccoli comes from California?
I didn't know that, Ron.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it grew on trees.
It doesn't grow on trees. It
Doesn't?
grows out of the ground.
Oh, I see. Oh, like a carrot. Cool.
But I found that out today, that, you know, the broccoli crops and the cauliflower crops are in danger.
Where do the grapefruit come from?
So it is going to affect us, all
man.
this rain in California.
Broccoli news.
I'm giving the farm report.
Right.
Some other wacky things happening. A Long Island man apparently was crushed by his own car inside his garage.
So see, like, that's an embarrassing way to die. I don't want to die like that. I don't want you, like, coming in and announcing that I got crushed by my own car.
Because everybody would expect this of you.
Yeah, I know. I just want to go natural causes.
Suffolk County Police say a 52-year-old man was discovered by his wife when she came home yesterday. Police say his body was pinned under his 1967 Chevy in his Patchogue garage. He was working on the transmission.
I would never work on my own car.
When the car apparently slipped off its ramp.
Not even a nice car.
And ran him over.
Too bad. Yeah, I would never get under, and, like, I wouldn't even know where the transmission was. I'm not even sure I need one.
Yes, the transmission is how you put the car in gear.
The tranny.
You do need that.
I hear guys say tranny all the time. Tranny. Hey, yeah, the tranny. The tranny's leaking fluid. I go, yeah? Well, what good does that do me?
No.
So, sounds bad. What does that mean? What, I can't shift into drive? Who cares?
How much is it?
Right. Sounds expensive. I guess when you're retired, you just kind of sit and deal with your car.
What is wrong with the people in the Clinton administration? They're almost all of them now under investigation.
Yeah,
Yesterday, the Attorney General, Janet Reno, announced that they will have a more formal investigation of HUD Secretary Cisneros.
What did he do?
He had an affair with a woman, and he paid her off somehow.
So she wouldn't tell his wife?
I don't know exactly what the payoff was for, but he was under investigation about this before, and they are now saying that he might have lied to the FBI about how much and how long he paid her.
Now you know why now you know why they can't find anyone to go into government. So let's say a guy has an affair with a woman, doesn't want his wife to know. I'm just guessing now. I don't know if this is the case, but sounds like, blackmail.
I don't remember the exact details of what or why he was paying her.
Yeah, so it sounds to me he would only pay her if, she was going to tell your wife. So you give her a couple of bucks, and then you get tapped by Clinton, and you go, oh, boy. I don't know, man. It's impossible because, everybody's got these little things going on, and has nothing to do with whether they'd be any good in government jobs.
Well, President Clinton is standing behind him.
Yeah, don't stand in front of him.
Well, he has no choice, really. He can't be upset with a guy who has mistress problems.
Yeah. I mean, what's the big deal?
He can certainly understand those.
What's the problem? What's it to you?
Clinton says he regrets any mistakes Henry Cisneros has made, but says that doesn't outweigh the great work he's done at the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Great.
Cisneros has said that he will stay on and fight and continue to work at HUD. And his relatives are saying a full disclosure of the incidents involving these payments would be to his best interest because they don't believe he did anything wrong.
Right.
But a couple of different guys in the Clinton administration are already being investigated. Ron Brown, and then that other guy who was in the Interior, Espy.
Yeah. Well, these guys ought to really take a look at their own background and do the president a favor. And this is like what happened to Mondale when that Ferraro said, "Oh, I'll run with you. You got anything in your background?" No. You didn't say my husband.
Well, just the other day, Clinton was faced with another one of these situations when the guy he pegged to be the new director of the CIA had to withdraw his name from nomination because he had done something wrong when he got some guy who worked for him into the country in a weird way.
Yeah.
The guy was an immigrant, and he wanted to bring him here from the Philippines or something, and whatever he did, it wasn't exactly the right way you do that.
Yeah, never help immigrants.
So that guy had to withdraw his name from nomination.
Right.
It just seems you can't appoint people anymore.
No.
I don't know how we're supposed to get people to work in government.
Who'd want to?
Meanwhile, we're in trouble with the British because President Clinton has agreed to meet with the head of Sinn Féin.
What's that?
Which is that Irish organization.
Sounds cool. Sinn Féin. It's a good name for a band. Sinn Féin.
Yeah, it's the military arm of the Irish Republican Army or something. And the British Prime Minister is very upset and now won't take President Clinton's phone calls. The president has had to resort to faxing him information because he's so upset. They do believe that the two men will talk over the next day or so.
I don't even know why they're fighting over there. Is that still going on?
Oh yeah, they've been talking about settling that whole thing. They are in some kind of negotiation. The Irish and the Catholics are supposedly talking to each other, and somehow the British government is supposed to be lightening up, but the British government is still not real enthusiastic about it being involved totally with the Irish Republican Army. They've done so many terrorist acts.
I think I'm getting sick again.
I think I'm already sick.
Yeah, man, I don't want to be sick again. I feel like I got a fever.
Oh, no.
It's because my wife is now sick. She breathes all over me. I told her to stay away from me.
Is she sleeping with you?
No, but she lays in the bed all day, and then when I come up, she starts sneezing all over me.
Oh. Remember the man who claimed that he didn't remember walking into a house where he had grown up and killing the people who now lived in the house?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Well, he finally got his sentence yesterday, and they gave him the maximum of up to 50 years in jail.
Good.
This guy, Paul Cox, was convicted of 2 counts of manslaughter.
Cox?
He broke down sobbing in the courtroom when he heard the sentence pronounced. Walked into the house of this Indian couple, a doctor and his wife, and stabbed them to death as they slept on New Year's Eve in 1988. He claims he was in an alcoholic stupor and didn't know that he was doing it at the time it occurred.
Well, that's what alcohol's for. So you can do stuff like that and not know what you're doing. Can't blame him.
Well, he's going to have 50 years to think about it.
Alcohol's strong stuff. How else do you think ugly girls get pregnant?
Also, this guy, Kevin McIver, who's 38, is a homeless guy who fatally stabbed a former Rockette to death 4 years ago.
Jackie, he's a strange guy, man. Yeah.
He was sentenced yesterday. I don't know why it takes so long. This happened 4 years ago, and he was just sentenced yesterday?
Yeah, and the guy says he killed her because she was out of step with the rest of the Rockettes. She ruined the perfect straight line.
He did offer an eerie monologue prior to his sentencing.
Two guys walking to a bar.
He says that the Rockette may have been a witch.
Oh, yeah.
And had been making noises at him that disrupted his life.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And that's why he had to do what he did.
Great guy.
It's good that he's walking around to be able to do that kind of thing.
Chop off his testicles. Make him eat them.
So anyway, he's going up the river now.
Good. What river so I know not to go that river?
He asked the judge to send him to prison rather than a mental hospital. He thinks he's okay. And the judge agreed.
Oh. Good man.
Sentenced him to 25 years to life with the recommendation that he never be paroled. And the Reverend Al Sharpton, I told you he's on some kind of a march up to Albany because he's upset with the governor's plan to cut social programs. Well, in Hot Copy today, they say he's eating his way to Albany.
Yeah, he couldn't possibly. You know what? Because he stays just as fat after a 150-mile walk.
Yeah.
You should lose some weight.
The News spent 3 days with Sharpton, and they said he never walked for more than 2 hours without visiting a Burger King or a White Castle.
Really?
Yeah.
Every 2 hours he stops at Burger King?
Right. They say when the group marched into White Plains last week, Sharpton stopped in a Burger King for a Whopper and a large fries, even though chicken wings and sandwiches awaited the group a mile down the road at the Greenberg Community Center.
When you got to eat, you got to eat. I'm not going to eat that crap at the community center.
Well, he'll eat again at the community center, probably, but he needs something right now to tide him over.
To the community center.
Yeah.
Eat my way up and fop my way home.
They say 2 days later, on an 8-mile trip between Nyack and Spring Valley, Sharpton led his troops into a Burger King 2 miles out of Nyack and a White Castle just a mile from Spring Valley.
Yeah, what is that whole walk, man? Like the media was all over that for a day, and now no one's even following him. He's just
nobody
walking.
covers these ones anymore.
Yeah. He would have buried some fries in his hair so that, like, when he gets hungry, he can just pull them out. He's got a big bouffant. That James Brown bouffant. Reverend Al Sharpton checking in with you.
A man is being held by authorities in New Orleans on investigation of threats made against Woody Allen and his former companion, Mia Farrow. The man says that he is Farrow's adopted daughter, Dylan's real father, and is going to reclaim her by Valentine's Day.
All right.
But Farrow produced papers that proved he was not the real father, so now they're holding this guy. Apparently he's still making threats. They have him down in New Orleans. Also in the news, they say that this guy who killed another guy after they both appeared on the Jenny Jones show, they may have indeed had some kind of relationship. On
really?
Tabloid shows yesterday, a relative of the slain man said that they did indeed have something going on.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. You know?
Yeah, Jonathan Schmidt was arrested last week and charged with the shooting of Scott Amador, 32, who is now dead.
Guy might have tried out a little gay sex with this guy, and then all of a sudden he sees him on the Jenny Jones show.
Announcing to the world.
I wasn't ready to go public.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
That something's going on.
This guy might have been in the closet.
Look at all your dirt.
There shows me when they give the surprise, man. That's really, I always am amazed by that, man. When people come out and all of a sudden they unload all their personal problems on them. And some of them don't even know they're going to be getting that.
Well, they're also now saying that this Schmitz guy had some personal problems.
Schmitz?
So it doesn't sound like, he was having one of those carefree lives where he could take a little stress.
Yeah, if I'm going to be trying gay sex at any time in the future, I'd appreciate it if the guy I'm with wouldn't go on Jenny Jones and surprise me with it. I just want to make that announcement.
You don't want that kind of surprise.
Yeah, hurts twice is right. You're going to do it to me. Don't do it to me a second time on TV.
Make it all behind closed doors.
Yeah. I kind of like it if you kept your mouth shut about it, all right? It's not something I want my kids to know about.
One of the guys who was on the show with Smith said after the announcement was made, and this other guy came out and talked about his fantasy of tying up to a hammock or something.
Yeah.
He just sat there with his head down. He just, he was devastated by this information.
Yeah, because he's afraid the dude's going to say, hey, look, man, I've had gay sex with him already. And all the black people in the audience go, woo! And you're like, your life is over. When you hear, woo, you know your life's over. Woo!
You a faggot.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing but a dead faggot.
You. I didn't know, Jenny, we'd be coming on today discussing the fact that I'm a faggot. I got a wife, I got kids, I got a family. I tried it once, I swear.
It was an experiment.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I think you people are driving me over the edge.
So anyway, that's the latest update on that situation. And yesterday, Newt Gingrich got a little visit from some artists who are opposed to cutting the National Endowment for the Arts. Among those who visited...
Let me guess.
The Speaker of the House?
Alec Baldwin.
No.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
It was a different group than you normally hear from. Here is Garth Brooks.
Oh, country stars. Yeehaw! Big giant hat.
We're dividing ourselves up into Democrats and to Republicans and to people that are liberals and conservatives. When it comes to the arts, you cannot divide people up. We're all going to be on one side. So I'll tell you right now, and my words are true, if the arts get cut,
I'll kill all the Jews. I don't stand on that side. I say cut the arts. Cut anything that
you want us to lose, then.
Yeah, I want to lose. I don't mind losing. I don't mind losing the arts. I'll pay for my art, okay? I don't need the government paying for my art.
Well, Kenny G says you're wrong, Howard.
Kenny G's a friggin' a-hole.
Oh!
Kenny G ought to blow into that thing, whatever that is. That
saxophone.
That's some saxophone. Looks like a clarinet to me. Let's see what Kenny G says.
I think that a lot of Americans are under the perception that the NEA money goes to an elite group of artistic snobs.
I don't care who it goes to.
And that their tax money shouldn't really support that.
Right.
But I can tell you from firsthand experience that is not the case.
Okay, so...
Kenny G says he actually got some money from the NEA to finance his education.
I have the right to make sucky music.
Yeah, and there's a real good reason to be against the NEA. Kenny G was encouraged. Happy clarinet songs.
We might not have Kenny G if it wasn't for the NEA.
We got a Pied Piper running around. At least drag some rats into the river with you. Can you imagine this guy? I should pay money so that artists, guys who can't make money, some guy's a sculptor, and he wants to sell his sculpting. That's fine with me. That means you're an artist. You sell a piece of art, you're an artist. Don't make me pay for it.
Well, what about Michael Bolton? Maybe he can convince.
Nobody gave me money to go be a disc jockey.
Is that an art?
Well, no. But no. My point is, nobody helps anybody with their job, but the arts.
Well, here's Michael Bolton. Maybe he can convince you.
Michael Bolton should worry about growing hair on his head. Next, I'll be paying for Bolton's wigs. You wait and see. National Endowment for Michael Bolton's hair.
The funding for the NEA is not the area to cut. That is not what we need to cut.
All right, what should we cut?
Fruit-bearing tree, tremendous wealth, culturally and fiscally, comes from the endowment.
So? What came?
For the arts.
That guy taking a cross and urinating? What is that? What do you drop a cross into some urine?
Yeah, piss cry.
For that, but let me worry about it. I'm a big fan of photo essays on urine and crucifixes. That's my particular thing.
Sonny Bono was also among those visiting the Speaker of the House when Garth Brooks
Bono
left the presence of Newt Gingrich. He said that he thought the controversial House Speaker was very sweet, and Gingrich assured all the artists there that he wasn't opposed to the NEA. He just doesn't like PBS.
Let's ask the O.J. 8-Ball whether or not the National Endowment for the Arts will be cut. Are you ready to find out the answer, Robin?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Oh, now you say you're ready.
I want to know. I'm anxious to know, as a matter of fact.
All right. Let's ask the O.J. 8-Ball. O.J. 8-Ball, will the National Endowment for the Arts be cut? Yeah. Good.
Oh,
that was it. He mumbled a yeah. Very eloquent. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Being an artist, that was probably not an answer he wanted to give. So that's what happened, folks.
All right, let's get out of here. Watch the E! Show tonight. See the world's largest assortment of pussy-whipped men.
What are you talking about?
On the E! Show tonight.
What's happening?
Well, all the guys with their girlfriends and how they have to wear beepers to work so their girlfriends can beep them and stuff. I don't know if you remember that show. It's real good. Remember where we asked people to honk their car horns if their wife annoys them, and it was unbelievable. That's on E! tonight. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette. It's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. The Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. This Friday, March 17th, two big St. Patty's Day shows at Chuckles in Mineola for dirty jokes and info. Call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Don't miss Guns N' Norris this Saturday at the Tamaqua Club in Brooklyn. Call 718-646-9212 for directions and info. Celebrate St. Patty's Day with Stuttering John and his band, 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 Stuttering John.